What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another live stream of Jay's Corner TCG. My name is Joey. This is Ian, and without further ado, guys, let's get this underway. What is happening? Appreciate anybody and everybody coming through. This is podcast number 7. I didn't even realize it was number 7, but today we have the schoolboy man himself. Schoolboy man? Does that make sense? Ian with Ian right over here.
It's going to happen at some point. Ian's not going to be a little boy forever.
No, but you know, you can't stop him from growing up. Ian,
spirit.
I appreciate you coming through, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. If you guys don't know, make sure you guys check out Ian. Well, if you don't know Ian with Ian, make sure you get to know him by checking out his channel. In the description down below, his link is down there. It says at Ian with Ian. If you click on that, so you'll be able to be sub to him. So make sure you go ahead and check out Ian with Ian. He recently is coming off a 24-hour stream. So I figure we'll start with that. But before actually that, let me make sure that we say what's up to everybody in chat, because this is live. If you guys are watching this in the future, we're actually doing this live right now. So who do we have in chat at the moment? We got Tam Fam, Dub, OPB. What's going on, OPB? Max Makey in here as well. Gonzo, what's going on, Gonzo? Welcome in, man. The Lunatic, Clampy, Catch 'em All 22 in here. What's going on, Catch 'em All? Appreciate you coming through. Arctic JC in the building. Ashley Maury, what's going on? Welcome, guys. Welcome in. Thank you guys so much for being in here. Yeah, so Ian with Ian's here. And like I said, I think we'll start off with how that 24-hour stream came together, everything from the behind the scenes of it, and we'll talk about, you know, that's the video you did for it. So Ian, how long did it take you to prepare for that 24-hour stream?
To prepare, it wasn't supposed to happen that weekend. I actually wanted to do it on daylight savings weekend to kind of play around with the fact that, hey, we're going to end it officially at the same time, but it's only been 23 hours technically.
Yeah.
But there was still mail that I was missing, and I just didn't know. I was like, what am I going to do for 24 hours? Just sit here, and people are asking, are you going to sleep on stream? Am I going to leave something on for hours to kind of cheat? I was like, no. And so it was supposed to be in April after Woody's upcoming 24-hour stream. He'll be doing his April 1st.
Nice.
And that was just so the music video could be done. More like that was still like the music video, I released it. And you know, if you can get past the intro, because the singing's horrible at the beginning and at the end, and then it's bearable throughout, but it's when I'm singing those high notes, and I even bought like the talk box and everything, so there's supposed to be more music production to go into it,
right?
But something with me, it's if I sit on a video for too long, it just doesn't get out there. And
yeah,
like, you know what, I got 30 plus people sending me stuff. Let me edit the video. And I actually recorded the song the night before the 24-hour stream. So I recorded it and edited it. So I got about 6 hours of sleep.
You did the actual. Oh, okay. I didn't know that part. I didn't know that part at all.
The whole song. I had recorded like rough drafts of it before.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, I need, if I'm going to do this 24-hour, I need to do. So setting a timeline kind of helped.
Yeah. So
I recorded it the night before, layered it, edited it, and it was supposed to be like the instrumentation was supposed to be 100% made myself, because I think I told you that when fella Chris and I were doing our stuff. But I was like, you know what? I don't have time.
Yeah.
Let's just do it. If I get copyright claimed, whatever. Let's just do it, which I did, but it's a partial. So I'm still getting some revenue from it, but I'm sharing it with the content creator. So Bruno, thank you.
Bruno is making money off Ian, not the other way around, guys. Not the other way around. Hey, Ricky.
So for the agenda, I kind of just laid it out. I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? I do want to play TCG live. Maybe hook up the Fortnite, which I couldn't do it the way I wanted to the night before, and then open mail. So that's why I wanted to get mail. I was like, I need that to take up a big chunk, and it did. Mad City Cards got me a big box. I had mail from Poketuber. Your mail came in that day. So it's just, you know, a good third of the 24-hour stream was opening mail, sorting cards, Then as the night came on, like I don't even remember the first 12. I
Right.
don't remember.
It's just a blur. You guys were
12
making
and
a
after is
sandwich.
what I
You guys were
remember
making a
more.
sandwich, and the next thing you knew, you guys were doing a gauntlet.
Oh, I wanted to do something where I could take the stream outdoors,
Uh-huh.
right? And
That
I think
was
I got as far as the driveway and maybe a couple blocks, and then the connection would cut.
right.
The problem wasn't so much the connection because I could reconnect on my phone. There was a button at home that said, "Hey, allow this to show on stream."
Oh.
So if I had someone here to just push that button, then I could have done it.
Oh.
So that maybe there would be those intermittent cuts,
Yeah.
but I could reconnect on the field, but there had to be someone to say, "Hey, show on stream."
Well, that's kind of
Right?
weird.
If you showed it, if you allowed it for, it's like permissions. If you allowed it
Right.
once, why do you need to continue?
And it should at least show you on the device that you have, like your mobile device that you're using, you know? So
Right.
that's weird. That was a good concept, though. I mean, just trying to
Right.
do the most, you know, because, I mean,
Yeah. I
It's
didn't want to
tough.
be in one spot the entire time.
Right.
And we made breakfast in the
Yeah.
kitchen, so I had a camera over there.
yeah.
So I was able to move out and about, and that made it a lot easier to do the 24-hour. So
Right.
once that failed, came home with Taco Bell, Starbucks, and then kind of pulled out the guitar and just kind of chatted.
Serenaded.
Did a mini gauntlet.
Whiskey saved the chat many
Whiskey.
times. Coming
So
clutch.
glad I had that cat cam.
Even Mythical Kate said, "Thank God for whiskey. She saved the stream during that time."
100%.
Oh, man.
100%.
I mean,
So,
it's
and
cool.
then- yeah.
It's cool. I mean, a lot of, well, not a lot. A couple other people, obviously, Killa did it, PBM did it, you know, and then you were able to do it as well. So, very good, very good. Congrats.
Thank
I'm not down, but
Didn't open a single product.
see that I would not be able
And
to
that
do
was
it.
my concern. That was my concern. I was like, oh, we gotta open. Nope, didn't open a single product.
That's next level. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how you did it. I would not have been able to do it without opening anything. I don't have that type of. I don't have that type of pull with the community, man. I can't just be like, "Hey, Schoolboy
You got the
Salute."
Calypso beat.
Yeah.
Just put and the whistle song. That's
The
it.
whistle song actually just came on when we were talking.
Catchem says, I noticed you just woke up before the stream. That was a good idea. Yes.
Yeah.
So that was actually a tip from Woody. And he said, wake up, do what you have to do, and then within 30 minutes, start the stream. So that's what I did. And one thing that a lot of people is pointing out, it's, hey, it's coming up to 12 hours. You should cut it. And I was like, no.
Just keeping it going.
We're going to run through it. Because I also wanted to test it too. Like, okay, what is YouTube going to actually do? Because we've always heard it.
Yeah.
Cut it at 12, cut it at 12. But it's like, okay, what is YouTube going to do? So I heard different things. Oh, YouTube's going to save the first 12.
Yeah.
YouTube's going to save the second 12.
Right.
So I'm like, YouTube, what are you going to do? So I recorded after the first 12.
Right.
So I only have the last 12 recorded. But now if you try to click on that stream, it just says this live stream is not available at all.
Oh, wow.
At all, which is fine because who's really going to go back
Right.
and watch unless I put time codes of
Right. But then
important
you
parts,
have to go through and watch.
Yes. And without without Pokemon openings, there really wasn't. It was one of those you had to be there.
The experience of it. The experience of it.
I don't like it when people are at a concert and hold up their phone to record.
Right.
It's like, enjoy the experience. So, but I want to see if YouTube kept the likes, kept the views, and it did.
Oh, okay.
So it's over like 340 likes, 2,500 views, and that's what I wanted. That's why I didn't split it. I wanted it all to be accumulatively collected in one thing.
Did you
didn't see it.
Did you screenshot the analytics at the end to see what it was?
I screenshotted it. I uploaded it on Instagram and community.
I think I saw it.
And it was like 907 watch time hours. So I'm kind of like, oh, that'd be cool if it was 1,000.
Yeah,
25 hours and 51 minutes.
At least 969, but you went over.
Right, it went over. Right. So we might do it again when little Ian gets bigger, because there was no way we were gonna do it with him.
How long did he last when he was on stream? Because I saw him and he was on there for a little while, and then by the time I came back later on, he was gone. So
he could have lasted longer. But I coordinated with his mom to drop him off, and then they had an event, so he was on for maybe 2.5 hours at most.
Okay.
The longest he's gone is 5 or 6 hours.
That's really good considering, it's hard to keep a child's attention span focused on something, especially like you said, if he's not opening a product. He likes to open up the product, and if you guys aren't opening product consistently, he's going to kind of diverge and do his own thing.
He's got to have a Lego to work. Like he's got to have, if I'm talking to chat or the gauntlet, like he does not like the gauntlet.
Yeah. He's like, he's like, I don't get to do anything.
He's like, we have all the cards. Why would I be interested in the gauntlet?
Oh, that's funny.
Dub says it was a super fun, top-notch 24-hour stream. Thank you.
Hey, let's go, Dub. Juan Day in here as well. Julio in here. Thank you guys for being in here. Laura, if I didn't see you, welcome in. She said, I missed the stream. Damn it. Laura, come on. 24 hours? How'd you miss it? Med City in here as well. Hey, what's going on, Med City? Who is the little guy you have on, Jay? Nice of you to include the kiddos.
Hey, wrong button. I tried to increase the height so I was on the same level.
Oh, I don't think mine goes down any lower. I'm at the lowest. This is the highest point.
Wow.
He said, "Wow."
Wow.
It's like a ride in here right now. Ali G, what's happening? I want to get on that one. Team Pokemon in here. What's happening? Oh yeah, it's always fun to do things live. Just save it forever. All right, Ian. So moving on from like the 24-hour stream, that is one of the latest things you've done. Congratulations again. I kind of wanted to go back to see kind of the beginning, either content or Pokemon for you. What did you fall in love with first, or what really got you into either one first? Was it the content that came first, or was it like collecting in general?
It was neither. It was just to spend time with the little one, because Pokemon came into my life in 4th grade, and then by 5th or 6th grade I was out of it. I think that's when the Johto came out.
Mm-hmm.
And never really touched it. And then 2021, I don't know, my memory sucks, but I don't know what was going on. I was aware of Leonhard, Pokerev, Super Duper Danny, and all of them. And little Ian was with his mom when the celebrations McDonald's were in the Happy Meals.
Mm-hmm.
And he got Pokemon cards, and I guess we talked about it for a little bit. He's like, look, Dad, I got cards like when you were little. I was like, oh, that's so cool. And I was on the YouTubes, and I was like, oh, there's, people opening up Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, let's start a channel.
Yeah.
Just for fun. It was just for fun. And I'm a video game tester at Sony, and I do the ride share on the side. And I was like, you know what, this is just for fun.
Yeah.
Just so that I can do something fun with Ian. Who knows what's going to come of it? And so we did a couple openings. Our first video was the Champions Path ETB.
Nice.
And that was a shock in it of itself, because I went to a LCS and I was like, $100.
How much?
And it's not like 200, but like I've never looked at cards like as an investment. That's why I don't keep things sealed. Like, I'm not big on slabs.
Yeah.
So I looked at it. I'm like, it's $100 box. This video better blow up. It didn't.
Who would have thought?
Right. But it's like a 20-minute long video, and it's just me and my kid opening up cards. We get hyped over the promo Charizard that comes in.
Yeah.
I've never seen a Charizard in real life, so I'm like, oh my god, we pulled a Charizard that comes in the box. Like, it's a really endearing video. Like, we look back on it. We'll go through our old videos every now and then.
Yeah.
It's like in the kitchen. I have like bird poop on my shirt or something, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful, And it was just spend time with Ian.
Yeah.
And it was like that we recorded that video in March, and released it in April. And it was like that until November. And I was like, okay, we've been sitting on 7 subs. My mom, your mom, family, best friend,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, we've been doing some stuff for a while. I kind of wanted to focus on the content now. I was like, okay, what can we do? At this point, Ian, like, this was not a thing at that time.
Right.
It was just random videos, whatever.
You were just Ian, not Ian with Ian. You were just regular old Ian.
It was just Ian. The channel was almost going to be called Poke Ian. Pokey, but then I was like, no, because what if, he's gonna grow up. We I didn't want to be locked in on Pokemon forever. And there's
Right.
some videos that, we did a Mario video, we did a horror video, different things of that nature.
Right.
And so we did a Switch Lite giveaway if we reached 100 subs, because I didn't understand YouTube. I was like, you know what? If we reach 100, we'll give away Switch Lite. 100 subs right away. I'm like, oh,
There you go.
damn, damn.
I gotta get a Switch Lite.
Who knows how to ship a Switch Lite?
He said, I didn't think this far.
Right? And
I had 7 people for like the longest time.
And at that time, I was scalping consoles. Like the PS5 was hard to get, Xbox.
Yeah.
I forget, was hard to get, the Switch Lite. So I would buy them and then resell them.
Yeah.
So I had a Switch Lite. So we sold it, and I was like, okay. And then right after the giveaway, dropped like to 90. I was like, hey, that's more than we had.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't really until Leon Hart's pop-up shop.
Because you guys
that
went.
We all know and love. We all know and love. So we went there. We flew to Texas. That was our first adventure from the channel. And we went there. And, if you all saw my review, it was underwhelming. A lot of promises that weren't there. And we did meet a lot of people. I wish I took the binder. And the binder wasn't a thing either, the signed binder. So we went there and we just kind of made it our own thing. The VIP guy gave us his band. So we got really lucky on that trip. Really lucky. And then I made the review video, and that blew up a bit. And Deep Pocket Monster commented on it, and it kind of blew. And people from all around commented about, oh, they agree. It's like, hey, he did what he could, different things.
Right.
I was like, oh, that was cool.
Yeah.
Let me do it again. So Collecticon, Dallas, tried to do the same thing. It didn't work. That video didn't blow up.
Right. And you're like, what the hell?
There was, right. And there was something that there was a quote from James Cameron, who directed Terminator and the Avatar movies. It's like, you can't do the same thing twice. You can't, I forget what it's called, but like strike gold. You can't strike gold twice.
Lightning doesn't strike twice, or strike gold twice. Yeah.
Something like that. Right.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, yeah, that's there you go. So there was a time when it was father and son.
Yeah. And
then Christmas time, we did the Schoolboy Salute randomly from opening some, I forget if it was an ETB or a booster box of Fusion Strike. And then we ended the video with that. But at that time, it was like this, it was like, whatever came natural, was like, wherever the finger lands, that's where it sticks, right? Wherever it lands, that's where it sticks. So every video after that, and we will see you in the next one.
Yeah.
Right. So it started father and son, and then it grew, and then I would do some projects on my own. Little Ian would get mad. You said we were gonna do things separately because it's Ian with Ian. It's like, yes, I did say that, but now I understand some things. I'm like,
yeah, the consistency aspect of things. You gotta keep something going, and
yeah.
Unfortunately, little Ian can't be there every single time.
Yeah. So, and in terms of collecting, when it started, it's like, oh, we have this many cards from a set. Oh, we got this many cards from a set. We really didn't focus on, we got to collect them all.
Yeah.
And then, I didn't care about reverses or, collecting both. It was like, I have one. Yeah. That's it. But then after we got into the community, and that's when we found the community, was the Leon Hart pop-up shop video. That whole 2021 year, didn't know Pokeball Mike, didn't know you, didn't know TamFam, a lot of the great mods, didn't know any of them.
Yeah.
So, and our first stream was actually February, a week after the pop-up shop. And I was like, all right, okay, let's try this. The whole stream was laggy. Like, it was horrible. It was how a first stream should go. Yeah. Yeah. So, and then now it's like, oh, what's our favorite Pokemon? And then I didn't have a favorite Pokemon until starting the channel.
But that's okay, because it's a good thing about the community. I think there's like a divergence of people that are like, oh, they're mad at new people that came in, but it's just like, if you're coming in with the right intentions, which I think you are, right, and so are a lot of other people, it should be a very inclusive area. Expand the hobby. If you're trying to close the hobby in, it's going to fizzle out. You should always be trying to expand it, include everybody that's really enjoying it to a certain level. So there's never anything wrong with it, no matter what time you came in or what came first for you. It's just you got to where you are because people enjoy what you're making, you enjoy what you're doing, and on top of that, you're able to enjoy it with your son at times, not every time, but at times too.
Yeah.
So it's
like the traveling.
Yeah,
I try to do it as much as possible. The first time was when there's been Seattle, Las Vegas, and Orlando, and St. Louis are the 4 trips I did related to the channel without him. But that was because it's more of a adult, not like M-rated, but it's just I wouldn't be able to stay out late with people if I have to go back to a hotel with the little one and things like that.
Yeah, no, it's very understandable. Very understandable.
Yeah.
Let's take a second. I'm gonna say what's up to anybody that came in right now. Pokey Plugs, welcome in.
Welcome everyone.
Castle Knight, appreciate you. Papa Dale in here. What's going on? Welcome in. Gonzo in here. Ian, let's go to Mexico for reasons. Said Gonzo. Sick House was in here as well. Broly, appreciate you, Broly. Pokemon Collects, JT Pokemon. Guys, this is a live podcast I'm doing with Ian. If I don't get a chance to say hi to you guys right away, interacting with our guest Ian first is priority. You guys, I love you guys being in here, hanging out. Make sure you guys are lurking, enjoy it. There's a Q&A going on. I see questions coming in through the Q&A, so I will definitely ask Ian that in just a bit. SDC, what's happening? Shrexbox, what's going on? Shrexbox, welcome in. Poke Trainer Shane, lurking. Lowry said lurking. Kelly in here lurking. Appreciate you, everybody in here. Scatter Minds saying what's up to Ian. Laura said, don't tell me what to do. JT Pokemon said, I took offense. You started collecting, you started the channel fairly recently, because I remember you popping up here and there, like, I don't know about my feed, but other people's like live streams. I'm like, who's Ian? Because at the time, it's not like I was nobody either, just going, who's Ian? I don't remember the first live stream I went in there to say what's up to you. It might have been a gauntlet live stream. It might have been one of the first ones. It's one of the first times I went to your live stream. I'm like, oh, this guy's cool. Say what's up to you. Hang out a little bit. But that was my first clip it, run the clip. That was my first experience with you. So it was during a gauntlet. So anything before that, no clue about the channel at all. Fella Chris in here too, throwing in the schoolboy. And Infinite Kiwi in here as well. What's going on, Infinite Kiwi? Guys, just hang out, listen up. I think we're gonna go from his content, his collecting, how they intermingled, to switching over to some of these questions you guys have in here. Okay, some of these questions, Ian, they might be good, but they might be bad, or they might be having to do with bacon. Catch 'em all 22 said, you ever tried banana wrapped in bacon?
Banana, why does that sound familiar? I think in Costa Rica when we went, I think they had something like it was a fried plantain with bacon.
Ooh,
if I recall. So
well, that's like a staple. That's a staple food for them though too, like the platamon.
Mm-hmm.
Dub said, "What's it like to be cool?" Ian, what's it like to be cool?
What's it like to be cool? So let's see. So 7 subs for 7 months, and then you do a cheap giveaway to.
I wouldn't call that a cheap giveaway though.
Not cheap. I know it right when I said it. Not a cheap as in expenses, but like an artificial increase in subs.
Right.
And then you learn hard from that.
Yeah.
And then you go to the Leonhard pop-up shop, which is the first time we met Pat Flynn. And I started watching his channel too after we started mine. So I started watching him just before he hit 100K.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, this guy, he's cool. It's different. All right, cool. I didn't know he was in San Diego. So I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. And then we meet him. He gives Ian the Charizard. Like I said, we struck gold that day. We were just luck after luck after luck.
Yeah.
And then after that, I think Dan reached out to us. He's like, hey, are you guys in San Diego too? And I was like, yes, we are.
We are.
We are. And he goes, oh, we got to get you in a collab one of these days. I'm like, and I'm trying to, when you're typing through text, the face doesn't get shown, but I'm like,
You said me?
Yeah,
You said me?
yeah,
Absolutely.
I'll
I'll
see you
talk. I
when
have
our
my
schedule
people.
frees up.
I'll have my Ian talk to your Ian, and we'll get
Exactly.
it worked out.
Exactly.
It,
And
it's
then we
it's
did
funny.
and then we did the collabs with and then there was funny because there was like a period where DPM would stream another streamer and I
Mhm.
would just happen to be on that same stream because
Oh,
DPM hadn't rated us. So the first one was the Vegas stream
okay.
with Pokeball Mike, OTP, Great Smoky Pokey, Max V Max Plays. So I went up there and then DPM rated us on day 2 of our trip. And I'm
Mm,
I'm there. I'm like, oh cool. We
yeah,
haven't been rated by him, but I'll say this counts.
yeah.
And then he rated us, Jay's Corner TCG, when we did the live with
That was a lot
Doug,
of fun.
with DXXB, Genchu, Vision Games, Speller Chris, Broly.
Genshu.
So and
Hey,
then
forever
actually
Genshu.
so Dan asked me because so after I got close with Dan,
Uh-huh.
and those who don't know, Dan is the one that edits and produces the DPM videos. So I'm kind of cool. So he reached out. He's like, "Hey, if you know anyone that streams during these times, just let me know." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
Jay's streaming. But I didn't tell him I was streaming. I was
yeah.
like, "Jay's streaming." Then he found out. And then he rated. I forget who else he rated.
He's rated a
I know
lot of people.
he's rated a lot.
I know he
He
rated
rated
early on. He rated Chit, and then he rated DEG, Dark Echo Gaming,
hmm
pretty early on.
Yeah. And then
So
he rated just Joshin when I was on just
yeah,
Joshin. And then there was a moment when he rated us. I was like, finally.
it's me. He was just teasing you, man. He was just teasing you.
Yeah. But I actually hold the record for most appearances in DPM videos. So
Wait a second. How can you have a record? An art that's a fake record though. He said there's
most
a
guest
plaque in
experience.
Ian's room. There's a plaque in Ian's room.
It
It
is.
says
I should get a
most
plaque.
most
And the year, because
appearances.
I'm sure it could be overthrown. But yeah, I was talking to Dan the other day. He's like, I think you hold the record for. There was a time when I was tied with Rev,
Oh, okay.
and then I broke the tie. So I'm like, yes.
He said,
And he's like, that's
I'm
just
number
because
one.
you live close. So I'm like, yes, I'm not taking that for granted.
He said, don't get too flattered. Don't get
Right.
too flattered.
But
So,
good question.
yeah, man. I don't even. What's it like to be cool? That's the thing that started from. What's it like to be cool?
What's it like to be cool?
We already
It's
answered that one. We already answered that one. Laura is asking now. Important question
yeah.
for both of y'all: socks on first or pants on first? Pants. I can't see your patitas
Oh,
on
you
my
can
side.
see-
Oh man, I got socks on, but I also got shorts on. I got
I
shorts
forgot
on.
to put the socks on. Forgot to put the socks on.
Pants. For me, I think it's pants. Team Pokemon said, "What's the easiest ways to get views?" Team Pokemon. Well, I think we kind of alluded to
Shorts.
that. We alluded to that. It's like shorts. Short term, it'd be giveaways, but then that's artificial. You're not going to actually get people in a live stream. And I mean, I think we've all kind of learned. Anybody that streams has learned that short short form content viewers don't translate into live stream viewers. And, even sometimes like the long form content doesn't translate into stream videos. I still don't know YouTube, guys. I still don't understand it perfectly.
Yeah.
That's why I don't tell you what to do. I tell you what not to do.
You show feet on stream and chat goes crazy.
Yeah. Show feet on stream. Laura said screenshotted. Sean McLaughlin. Hey, what's going on, Sean? Why is Ian so bad at playing the Pokemon TCG? Ian, why are you so bad? You told me yesterday you went to your first ever event. And
Yeah, so
you put like 2 energy cards in your deck.
we put like 8, but it's only a 40 card deck, and in my head I've been used to playing 60 card decks and having trainer cards that you can fetch your energies from the deck, but you're limited to what you pull from your pre-release.
Yeah.
And so we had 30 minutes to learn the moves and all that stuff, and then me and Ian were like, okay, we should have this many. He's like, no, take this out. So it's 2 people trying to make a deck. And then I was like, no, we should be fine on energies. And we didn't pull the energies we needed. And our first Pokemon got knocked out, had all our Pokemon on it. We could have won though, because we replayed it
Uh-huh.
at home.
Hmm.
So I gave him the deck and then I made a deck in 2 minutes. And then
Yeah.
we were playing and we're like, oh. So I told
That-
him, it's like, hey, we lost. It's our first one. It was
Yeah.
a lot of fun. We met a lot of people. And it was like, okay, now we know for the next one. So it's the first one. You're never
Yeah.
gonna come out top.
If
on
you
the
came out
first
the
one,
gate swinging like Tyson, I'd be like, nah, this is rigged. This is rigged,
right?
100%.
Right. But we got some cards. We got Scarlet Violet cards for the first time, and so it was a good experience.
Yeah.
And then we have a player ID number for Play Pokemon, so now we can actually start accumulating points when we attend local leagues and events. So
You
who
guys,
knows?
hey, you guys better be like Ash Ketchum. It's gonna take you maybe good 27 more years, but you're gonna be the champion one day.
All right.
One
I
day.
think the schoolboy will still be the same age at that point.
Ketchum all said, when did you start the YouTube channel? I think we already kind of went over that.
Yeah, April 2021.
2021. SDC, si habla español. Hey, what's going on, SDC? Pokemon Collects. What budget-friendly editing software do you recommend trying out? Ian, you have probably tried out most of them. Thanks, bro. Said Pokemon Collects.
Yeah, so I started with Premiere, Adobe, and that's a subscription based.
That's a high tier one though.
And then about halfway through the channel's lifespan, I switched over to Final Cut because I was like, I have Final Cut. Why am I going to keep paying? And it's really not that much.
Yeah.
But there was like maybe a plug-in or something. I think it's when the Chunkachu video came out.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, okay, I'm gonna use Final Cut for this, but then different software for this. But to answer your question on budget friendly, if you have a Mac already, it comes with iMovie.
Yeah.
And iMovie's it's for what it is, for being free, it can do a lot.
Yeah.
And honestly, like for what most Poketubers are doing, if it's an opening video, you're opening a pack.
Yeah.
And you're showing the hits.
Mm-hmm.
And you're adding music to it, so that you're not, and transitions. So really, that comes with all that good stuff. Now, if you don't have a Mac and you're running Windows, they used to come with Movie Maker. I don't know if they still do, but I know DaVinci Resolve has a free version,
and it's still really good. Make sure you watch YouTube tutorials on DaVinci Resolve because it could be overwhelming. But once you look at the YouTube tutorials, DaVinci Resolve is really good software.
Yeah, there's the ones that are free. They usually have a high learning curve.
Yeah.
But if you sit down with it and just take it one bite at a time, you can do it. Outside of those, I mean, if you Google like free editors, I'm sure DaVinci will show up. I'm sure there's some other ones, but whichever one you choose, if it's free, just understand the software and look up the tutorials. That's it. Because what you're doing is you're just cutting and removing. That's what editing is. You're cutting and removing because you have the whole footage in front of you.
Yeah.
All you're doing is cutting out the bits that are boring.
Right.
Here's a tip. A lot of what people think is not boring is actually boring. So you want to remove that out.
The
And,
pacing,
like,
the pacing of a video
exactly.
is something that cannot really be taught. You kind of just have to go through it and figure it out yourself because everybody has a different pacing. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So you got to find that sweet spot.
Go to our earlier videos and you have to think of it from an audience perspective. If you go to our first videos and it's 20 plus, you're like, why?
Yeah.
Why? To open a product that someone may or may not, So like we don't do openings anymore really, unless it's a mystery bag, you know? We don't do booster boxes anymore, ETBs. It's like, hey, there's a mystery pack from people you may know. Let's rip right through them. And even when we open them, I do the fast forward effect. Because that's what we all do. We do like even on your live stream, you just go straight to the hit, unless it's a new set and we haven't seen it. But it's like, okay, well, there's a hit and our reaction. Right. People are there for your reaction and your take on these cards. So it's edit, you're taking out, add some music, and add some cool transitions. Don't go too hard. Even the big guys, Pokerev, Leonhard, like everyone, Deep Pocket Monster does this. Like, attention span. They want to capture the widest audience possible. And for me, like even Seismic does this too much too, where it's like, okay, the camera is doing all of this.
Yeah.
Woo, woo, look at me. Look at me. Look, boom, what? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. It's an earthquake in here. What, boom, and dust, and I'll do a little bit of that too, but not too much because you're there for the content as well.
Right.
So it's like, you can only distract with so many cuts and zooms in and all that stuff. But what you're showing should have, because I come from like a movie making background. Yeah. And obviously a movie is not edited unless it's a fight scene or something.
Right.
So that's my background where it's like, okay, I'll do some of those cutaways, zooms ins, but not to the point where it's like, hey, what I'm saying, I don't think it's going to catch your attention enough. So I'm going to distract you with other things. Do it to some extent, but don't overdo it.
The big chunk of that should be coming in within the first 20 seconds of your video. Yes. The first 20 seconds of your guys' video is probably the most important thing you can do besides the thumbnail and besides the title. So that first 20 seconds is either going to capture their attention or nothing at all. So like Ian, you were saying how, Rev does that. So Rev, he does it and then it calms down after a certain extent. It's just to the opening. Yeah. Now at that point, what's capturing their attention is the fact that he's opening a very old product. So you guys got to make sure that if you're trying to do this and grow a channel, you better, bring your A game and always try to, sell yourself. You're not at that point. If you're opening a product that everybody can get, you're trying to sell yourself. You're not trying to sell people on that product. You just have to remember that.
Yeah. And I would even raise that from 20 to like 8 or 10 seconds. Yeah. Especially for the smaller channels. Maybe even the first 5 seconds is like, hey, this is what I have to say about this. Like, why should we watch it?
Yeah.
Like, and who brought up Team Pokemon says, what about an intro video? Like an intro within your video, I would say take it out. Like a lot of videos that I've seen, they say take it out. Yeah. Take out the intro unless you have a big following, and depending on what your content is, but you want to get straight into the meat of it. Take out the intro. Take out your introductions. What's going on, everyone? My name is Ian with Ian. Welcome back to another channel. That's already 5 seconds gone. That's wasted.
Yeah.
Just
no, but honestly, it sucks to say, but nobody cares. Nobody cares.
No one cares. No one cares. They see the face, they saw the thumbnail, they saw the channel name, they know. And then when you say welcome back, it's kind of like alienating new watchers because welcome back. This is my first time here. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Just go, today we're going to be opening up blah, 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 blah. Or today, what are you doing? Yeah. What is it that you do?
Let me go ahead and say hi to James because James dropped in his 4-month membership. Hey, appreciate you, James. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for showing love to the channel. I know a whole lot of other channels in here too that you show love to. Appreciate you, James, on the 4-month membership. Poke DJ in the building. What's going on, DJ? That's my DJ. I know JT Pokemon had to dip out. JT, appreciate you being in here. We'll see you later on. Pogo Dad in here. What's going on, Pogo Dad? What's happening? And Ricky dropped his 6-month membership as well. Ricky on the 6 months. Let's go, man. Thank you. Bilal and Cards in here as well. Everything. All right, Dizzy Hippie in here as well. Someone's ringing the doorbell. Giovanni in here. Thank you, guys. We'll flip back and forth. I'll make sure I try to greet anybody that comes in. If I miss you, I'm very sorry. Please hang out in here. Thank you. Plebs in here. Who is Ian and what's a J? Said Plebs. All right. We still got questions in here, Ian. So I'm going to go through like 2 more and then we will flip back into talking more so about you. Bilal and Card said, what were your thoughts, toughest hurdles when you both were starting out, finances, time, schedules, work, family. How do you both preserve those through the hurdles, said Bilal?
When we started, there wasn't really a hurdle. I was like, hey, let's do this because it was our fun time. It was as if we were playing video games together. It's like, hey, let's open this and have fun. We've kind of lost that in our later videos now because it's like, hey, we got to record a video so it's kind of become more works related sort of. So like when I tell Ian, let's make a video, he kind of goes like, but why? But that's usually because he wants to play the latest Switch game he got, things like that. So it's just, and I don't have him all the time. I'm divorced. I split time with his mom. Yeah. And me and his mom have a great relationship. So I have him half a week. And so that's when I kind of squeeze in, okay, recording time, live stream, fun time, like just off the channel,
Right.
things like that. So it's not too hard because I work from home.
Yeah.
So I can easily do all of those things. In terms of finance, I just got done with our taxes. I was like, whoa, we gotta take it a little woo-hoo,
Take it a little easy.
woo-hoo, woo.
I'm actually in the process of doing them right now, and I'm scared.
And I'm like, okay, how many in cards? Okay, that's donos. What? How many in dono? Oh,
Yeah.
shoot. So that's why we don't do openings. I want to do more videos like the Chunkachu video. I
Right.
want to do more videos like the music video. That very little cost, except buying the drone and all that lights and all
Yeah.
that. But that's stuff that stays. You buy once and done. Trying to buy stuff all the time to do opening, and that's the thing with Pokemon. It's like you have to buy stuff to make the openings, but that's
Yeah.
hard for a lot of people if you don't want to keep that can honestly chew into your mental state and financials
Mhm.
at home. So be very careful. And even with gifted and donos, be very careful because those can rack up a lot. So be careful
Quickly.
in doing those. Make sure you can do that and healthily and it doesn't eat into your home. Traveling as well. Like we went to Hawaii. I was like, okay, we're kind of, card party is a 2-hour drive. I got
We'll
Dizzy's
do
wedding
that.
in May. I'm like, okay, let's not do any last minute trips. We're enough DPM's video. I think he thinks we're stalking him now. So let's just chill on the
We're
on the
gonna
travel.
chill.
We're gonna chill under travel. So I do want to do more. I have a bunch of ideas. We're gonna do more away from the Pokemon openings. We'll still buy some for our collection, enjoy maybe off camera. We still got our live streams, to do giveaways, things like that. But I do want to do more music videos down the line.
Yeah.
More Chunkachus, more like interact little short films, because that's my dream.
The short
I
films
went
are
to school
awesome,
for
man.
it. I want to make movies. I want to be in movies, want to make movies. I love attention. So that's where this channel is kind of like, hey, it allows me to kind of work on my editing skills a bit.
Right.
And then as we got bigger, I was like, oh shoot, our production needs to kind of be a little bit better.
Right.
And then people complimenting on our editing. I was like, okay, well, that's 17 years of experience. I didn't come out the gate
Right.
with magical editing properties.
Yeah. Properties.
Properties.
Where did you say that from? That's from
It's
something.
a Deadpool. It's the Deadpool Bob Ross trailer.
I love that
wanna do
trailer.
that. I want to do that trailer again, but actually get the getup.
Yeah.
Magical properties.
We're gonna go
Actually, it
and
was funny
slap that
because
out of there.
I was talking with Ian. I was like, properties. Where, Ian? What video did we say properties like that? And I'm like, I don't know. He doesn't really watch. And I was like, it was in a trailer or something. So I had to go back. And I was like,
Yeah.
it was a Deadpool one. Properties.
That's
So the channel has allowed me to kind of flourish that ability of editing, storytelling, all those
Yeah.
things. And then I've learned stuff from Pat Flynn about storytelling because he'll do a video of a challenge with his kid.
And that's
He
what
doesn't do
engages you.
openings.
That's what
I was
engages
like,
you.
okay, so I want to do videos of that, but make them more cinematic.
Right.
Have a Ditto deliver a package to the door and it actually possesses one of us, and then we have like those beady eyes
Yeah.
walking around, things of that nature.
What Pat is doing is kind of what I have wanted to diverge to, like the IRL type of videos, doing things like that. So
Yeah.
it's really cool to see how he works. And obviously try to do my own twist on it. James, appreciate you on the 550 super chat. I didn't ignore you, man, but I appreciate you, James. He said I'm going into the negative from this super chat. Please don't. Please don't.
Please don't.
I'm very
Honestly.
candid. I'm very candid in the podcast, so make sure you guys, do. I appreciate anybody and everybody that supports when we do like opening live streams and everything, but I'm very candid about, making sure you put yourself first, okay?
Yes. Just you being here is more than we could ask for. I don't want to speak for other streamers, but obviously the donos memberships help the channel.
Yes.
But you really, honestly, you don't.
And as we say that, Gonzo said, "Don't tell me how to spend my money. I'm a grown man." BRB wife is yelling at me for spending $5. Oh, shoot. Hey, cousin here. What's happening, cuz? Welcome in. What's going on, Eddie? Broski in here.
We need got Laura Mythical Kate saying we need another boxing video. What's funny with that boxing one, and with most trailers that I did for other channels, is that the trailer, except for Jay's, that the trailer would like overhype the live stream. No, Jay's yours was great.
Oh,
Full
no, it's
house.
because I'm so freaking last minute with things that nobody had the chance to see the trailer, or like there was no like timeline before that, and it didn't help that a lot of us didn't send in our clips right away. So
Right. So like the trailer would, and it's happened with Official Fish,
yeah,
Pokechit. And so like this trailer would like hype like the boxing one, right? It's like doo 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 doo
yeah,
doo doo, right? And then it's like pow. And then it's the streamer hits the face cam. There's no transition, no music, and like boom. I was like, what's going on? And I'm like, oh dear.
Hey guys,
That's
hey, if you guys are streaming out there, you guys need to make sure you have it set up to where you know that you're live. Like, am I live? Like, don't say this, am I live out loud anymore, guys. I'm just telling you.
it's a click click click. Are we good?
Are we good?
Are we on? All right.
Come on.
Hey.
You guys got to have a transit. Like, you guys have to know that you're going straight into it. You know, I mess up with it all the time, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, James, stop it.
I'll spend your money instead.
Took my mom's credit card. But yeah, it's funny too because, you know, the trailers, like you said, they can overhype the video because then when it gets to the live stream, it's all up to the person running the live stream.
Yeah.
You know, and then you get rated by DPM and Ian is on the main face cam. And he's like, damn it, I shouldn't have done this. That was funny trying to run a gauntlet.
Oh yeah. I was like, there's no way. There's no way.
Oh man. All right, so switching away from some of the questions, we'll get back to this. There's a lot more questions coming in here, but I kind of want to go back into, you know, talking about Ian, because we are here to talk about Ian. I wanted to talk about some of the editing that you do, because obviously there is a great deal of experience that you have to be able to. Well, always the Chonkachu video is a great example. Even the gauntlets, is it the gauntlets? Which video was it? The trailer? Even that's like a good example of using the tones, the different lighting tones that you use in there, the different filters.
Like we used the Pokemon movie footage, Avengers footage.
Yeah. I like that you actually walked in the middle of your street, and I'm sure they were like, what the hell is he doing?
Oh yeah, for one of the trailers when Fella Chris had the blue stone for the longest time because I left it there when we collabed. So it was like the return of the blue stone. Yeah, people were. It was a quiet neighborhood, but for the most part, a few cars came by. I'm like, I'm okay.
I'm okay. It's just for a video, guys. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but that in that video, there's like a dead lizard. I just found it that day. I was like, oh, I'm gonna use it.
I could use this.
I'm gonna use it.
Sir, that is animal cruelty.
Right? I'm gonna use
cruelty.
the dead lizard. And in the video, the stone falls and it lands where the lizard is and blows the lizard out of the frame.
Right.
So how that was made was like I would be on the ground, put the lizard there. I would blow the lizard. Hold on.
Wait.
Hold on.
Wait.
Hold on.
Wait. What? You did what?
I'm there on the floor. I'll go. And the lizard, because it was dead and lightweight, it would just fly off. And then on the program, I would mask out. Masking is what it's called when you like physically take out portions of the video of the screen, and then I would drop the stone there. So there's lots of cool tricks in that. I like the video where he was cleaning the house. Rare footage not seen often in the wild. I was cleaning the house. Wait.
He was doing chores on his 24-hour stream. Is that when? Valor, appreciate you on the 4-month membership, man. Thank you so much. Valor coming through. He said, this is for Joey and Ian. Dropping in the fire Joey emoji. Fire J emoji.
It's going to Joey.
Appreciate you, Valor. Ian,
boy.
so.
Ian blowing lizards. Hashtag Ian's blowing lizards.
They're never going to let you live that down. They're never going to let you live that down for sure.
From Mars, thank you.
Hey, saying Ian, the music video is absolutely epic, bro. Hey, and then so I want to talk about the Chunkachu video and then the recent music video. So the Chunkachu video, what was the inspiration?
The inspiration on that one. So that's the first video of its kind on the channel, where it's like no openings. It's just a short film essentially.
Yeah.
And the inspiration for it was the card that came out, the Pikachu VMAX Lost Origins, I believe it was. And it was a cool card, and
Yeah.
we had. I'm hopefully I don't get my timelines mixed up, but the Chunkachu came out before the collab, the Jay's Corner collab. So for that, it was just like an idea will just pop into my head, and I was like, oh, Chunkachu was a thing. Rainbow Chunkachu is all that. I was like, oh, what if there was a real life Chunkachu? I was like, how would I do that?
Yeah.
Obviously, I can't animate like Detective Pikachu quality, so that's probably like my weakest is animation. And I was like, oh, we have plushies. I'm like, do a plushie, but it's not real. I'm like, who cares, right?
Yeah.
Who cares? So I was like, okay, how do we make it grow? I got green screens and all that stuff. And then Ian recently came back from a trip to Disneyland with his mom, and he had bought an Iron Man test tube, that little thing that you see in the video.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, what if like a chemical from Iron Man got on a Pikachu plushie while I was cleaning, and it just flew through the roof of the house? Yeah. Okay, let's do that. And so I just had school friends were over that day. I'm like, hey, you guys want to be with the video with the girl that was in there? Yeah. I had them play TCG on the driveway outside. And I shot my scenes were shot on a different day. So it was the kids were shot on one day, and then I got on the roof of my house with the camera, trying not to fall. I'm like, okay, guys, act like you're seeing a giant Pikachu growing, and they're like, oh my god, like, don't die, because I had to lift the camera to kind of give that sense of like something's growing, right, from that perspective. Yeah. So I had to like lift up. So I got those shots, and then a third day, I went in my driveway, put the green screen out, and then I positioned myself up as if I was riding a giant Pikachu. And that was awkward. And I think there's a post in my membership tab of a screenshot of me like on a green screen. So, and then the rest was through After Effects and all that stuff of making it look like it's actually coming through the house. Out of your house and everything. To be more destructive, but it took too long. And again, it was that thing of, you know what, just release it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Right. Honestly, you could have probably done a lot. You could have done a lot less, and it still would have blown anything else any other Poketuber did out of the water. How many hours of editing was that? How long is it? What is it, like 2-3 minutes? Yeah, 2-3 minutes max. How long did it take you to edit that? I would say maybe 40-50 hours of editing, and that was the hardest part. The part that took the longest was growing the Pikachu and making sure that it lined up with the edges of the house and all that stuff. I had to buy a new computer after that because I was like, this is too slow. Yeah, it's too slow. I just wanted to give people perspective on what that 3-minute video, how many hours of editing that would have been. I wanted to give perspective on that. Yeah. Because it's, you could tell. I mean, at least you could tell it was like a lot. It was a lot. Yeah. And then after so that was the inspiration. I was like, oh, Chunkachu. I want to make a video that centers around the Chunkachu, a big, huge Chunkachu. Yeah. So and then pieces filled in the gap as time went by. And then after that video was released, the same day I released it, I was in Mugstream. And he pulls me, the Chunkachu from Lost Trainer Gallery. He pulls me the Chunkachu from Lost Trainer Gallery. I got it 5 months later, but I got it. So he pulled me that, and then your stream pulled it again. Like I pulled it, and it was just run the clip, right? Run the clip. But it was amazing. Everything from the Chunkachu video, the 2 Chunkachus. It's funny because I wasn't even in the room at the time. I was outside. I went to go grab some pizza because I was hungry, and all I hear was like, "Oh!" I'm like, "What the hell just happened?" And then I'm like, Ian over here pulling the Chunkachu. And I was like, I don't care if I win, but I was like, this means so much to me right now. And then fella Chris, after that night ended, and I drove over to fella Chris's, and he's the one that actually gifted us the Chunkachu, that big old Chunkachu. That's dope. We did a video on it and everything, but it's like Chunkachu. All right, Chunkachu's a staple. And then, okay, so going on from the Chunkachu video to the recents, I know we went over the 24-hour stream, but there was a certain music video within that 24-hour stream that had a lot of Poketubers in general in the stream. When did that idea come about, and did that come before the 24-hour stream idea? Which came first, the 24-hour stream idea or the 24, actually, just tell me, which one came first? So the 24-hour stream idea and the 24-hour magic video came at around the same time.
Okay.
Because I originally wanted to do the 24-hour stream when we hit 2,400 subs.
Got it.
24.
Right.
And procrastinated, and 24 was coming. So I was like, okay, don't release a short. Don't release a video. Don't do anything. Don't touch the subs. Because we were like at 2,200.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, shoot. We haven't even started.
I'm just blowing up too damn fast. Fast.
Exactly. I was like, shoot, we're not gonna make it. And then Hawaii happened, and I was like, damn it, why did we go to Hawaii?
Yeah.
Because we hit 24. I'm like, ooh, 2.5. That's the next major milestone.
Yeah.
Oh crap. So like I was gonna be for the music video. I was like, okay, should we change it to 25-hour magic? Because 25K. It was gonna be 25K.
Yeah.
24K for subs or 2.4K subs. I went through the lyrics so many times.
Mm-hmm.
And then we hit 3K, and I was like, some of my wish. But I was already collecting footage from other YouTubers. I was like, hey, I have this idea. I want to make a music video of Bruno Mars's 24K. I would love to. So there was people I invited, right?
Right.
And I was like, hey. And I was like, okay, this is going to be a double-edged sword because I'm inviting people, big and small.
Right.
And then I'm not inviting people, big and small.
Yeah.
Are people gonna get butthurt? And I'm like, we'll see. But it's nothing against anyone. I was like, okay, let me start out with the people that I've met or the big ones, right?
Yeah.
I invited Leonhard, Danny, Pokey Rev, Pokey Chloe, Pokey D, not expecting them to respond, right? I invited DPM. There's a funny story with DPM. I invited DPM because at that point we had the collab under our belt, Hawaii and all that stuff, right? And I reached out, to you, fellow Chris. We actually set up a thing where we did our Backstreet Boys thing.
That was good.
And I started, right? That was good. You killed it. You're like, shh. I'm over there pretending I can sing. And then what was great is after that invite, people were like on it the next day. I was like, hey, thank you so much. Thanks for reaching out. Thank you for inviting us. I'm like,
right.
Oh, thank you. Because then that means that's less stuff that I have to do on our end.
Right.
Right. And then I invited more and more. And then there's people that invited in the first wave. So there was maybe 3 or 4 waves of invites.
Mm-hmm.
And on the first wave, I didn't get back from people. And I was like, hey, we got this people in. You might want to get in on this too.
Yeah.
And okay, I'll do it this weekend. And then that weekend passes. I'm like, okay, should I keep bugging? Or I'm like, hey, you made it the first 2-3 waves. I'm going to cut it. But then it was really important that I got everyone that went to Vegas, and I was missing 2 people. I was like, come on, I got to get everyone that went to Vegas in the Vegas stream. So I finally got them. I'm like, thank you. It was like the last minute. And then the idea of like, okay, I don't want to just be me because there's already enough about me in the channel. And it's like, hey, thank you guys. We wouldn't be at 3 where we are now without our viewers, fellow streamers, things like that. So like, you know what? This is something light. It's something fun. Right. We're showing off our favorite cards. Just if you like, get in on it. I didn't tell anybody what it was. I just told you. I didn't say what the lyrics were. I remember the Pokemon Squad reached out to me, and they're like, "Hey, I just heard the song, and is it going to be family friendly?" Because in the song it says shit, and in the music video, it shows ass and all that stuff. Yeah. I'm on Jay's Corner TCG, guys. Leave me alone.
It's fine.
And I was like, no, yeah.
It's clip it though.
Completely family friendly, and just the amount of trust that all these channels had in sending me footage. And I'm not saying they sent me like things that shouldn't be out there, but it's like, like those awkward moments when you have to push the camera button, things like that. Right. Or maybe the camera angle's not it's at a unflattering angle. Right. Just the trust that they had in me not to show that stuff and keep it private and just toss it once I'm done with the video. That is absolutely amazing. Just the trust. And no one knew what the lyrics were going to be. Mount Killa. I name dropped DPM, Mount Killa, Pokechit, and Pokemon Squad. Like they had no idea. It just fit with the song.
Right. You're like, cool, perfect.
I had to get them in. And so the funny story with DPM, I'm like, hey, can we meet this weekend to do the sing? He's like, oh yeah, we should be good. I had to cancel because I forgot I had something else with Ian. And then the subsequent weekends, he's like, I can't do it this weekend because I'm busy. And then the next weekend I'm busy. Yeah. And all that stuff. And one of those weekends was the Rocket Con in San Diego. And so I'm like, and it was him and Pokevault doing a thing there. And I was like, oh, we're going there too. Hey guys, can we just do the music video bit here?
Right.
Since we're here, can we do it?
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, sure. So then that's when he's doing his thing. And I'm like, and I'm telling him, okay, so the song 24 hour, oh, it's E. And he's like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, it's E. And I'm like,
That
yes,
part.
we got it. We got it. And then
He's in it.
Pokeball was in there too. So I'm like, hey, Pokeball, we're doing this thing. Do you want to do it? He's like, sure. And it was funny because like you see Pokeball and he's like crazy and outgoing.
Yeah.
And, like, just dancing all the time. Like, you like to dance. This is perfect for you. The first take where he does his dance and whips out the Regidrago, he immediately breaks out into laughter, embarrassed because it was in front of everyone there. I'm like, what? You're embarrassed.
I can't get over the in-person aspect of it sometimes. Like I get a little nervous. That's why I don't do too much in person, like IRL, because when we did that, when we went, I was like, hey man, where are we gonna do this? Where are we gonna film this? He's like, I don't know. Nobody knew. We were just gonna meet at what, Fella Chris's place, and then go to the park over there. And I was like, okay,
like just in the street in front of his place.
I was like, all right, let's
you hooked it up.
I was like, okay, let's go get this little place, and it kind of worked out in benefits of all 3 channels because we had enough time to get everybody a video going. Even though you were an hour late.
Yeah,
it's all good.
That's my weakness in life: procrastination, tardiness.
I mean, you're Hispanic, right?
Really bad.
You're Hispanic, right?
This is true. So that was the idea of the 24-hour stream, is to celebrate hitting 2,400 subs.
Right.
We knocked it out at the park, so I was like, you better do it now before 5K comes around the corner.
Right.
And just invite many people. I already got comments from other people. Hey, why didn't you invite me or invite us next time? I'm like, okay, maybe the next one I'll have more than, I think for this video is 31 or 32 people.
It's a lot of people to manage though too. It's a lot to manage, keep track of everybody.
Right. So it's, and then the first thing was coming up with the lyrics, like I've always had that thing. Like in high school, I did a music video for Clocks by Coldplay. I did a music video, AFI music video. I did so many music videos, but it was just lip syncing. So I've always had this thing with music. There's a guitar right there.
Right.
So the 24-hour cave music video is the first one where it's my vocals. And there's points in there where it's okay, and there's points in there like, oh god, that's terrible. And people have already made it known. And look, I didn't post it to launch a music career. If it does, I don't know why, but it's just for fun. I want to change the lyrics to center around the community.
Right.
Like KFM dropped in the chat. Instead of the lyrics, got to blame it on Jesus, #blessed. I changed it to got to blame it on Streamlabs, #rigged.
Right.
So it's just playing on the tune of the song and then changing it to things that we recognize.
Right. And I mean, if you can't understand that, then I feel like you don't know what satire is, or you don't understand what a parody is. It's like, hey man, it's just have fun with it.
but I encourage you guys to put the original, the Bruno Mars music video, and then our music video, and put them side by side, because I think you'll find that experience interesting.
It made me write a song for some. I don't know if I'm gonna do like a music video, but it made me want to write a song for like. I use the Fresh Prince in my head. I'm using the Fresh Prince beat, but I'm like going from introducing Paldea like in the new region and stuff like that. So from
that'd be cool.
So I kind of wrote it in my head a little bit. I'm like, that could work. It's just a little something. But the fact of the matter is that you put the lyrics,
Do it. We'll do it.
Yeah, I was like, you put the lyrics together, and then you put like the visuals together. The visuals is like, it just makes it so much better. Because even if some way you did it was just by yourself, it just wouldn't have the same impact. And I think you did really good on it. And I appreciate you inviting me. I appreciate being in person. Me and fellow Chris being in person doing it. That was a lot of fun.
The Backstreet Boys of the Poke community.
Apparently.
Mythical Kate says, Sophia loves the line, I'm a dangerous dad with some Pokies in my pocket. Keep up.
Right? That's my wife was laughing at that too. She's like, what is going on? What is he doing?
Now I get the lines confused from the actual song and then our version. Because like the beginning is tonight, and the actual song is tonight. I don't even remember the actual song anymore. But in our version, it's tonight. I just want to let y'all know.
Yeah.
Smash that like button up high. Let's get this party back. Put your favorite cards up to the moon. Viewer. And I actually messed up a line in the actual music video. So the part where we're pointing, me and little Ian, it's supposed to say trainers, not viewers.
Oh,
whatever.
It worked either way, at least.
Whatever, viewers. Here's what we gonna do. And it's about the 24-hour live stream because there's a part in the song that's like, gotta fight the feeling, gotta fight the dream, and just put your favorite cards up to.
See, I say it now too. I say it like that. I was singing it. I was doing chores today, singing it. I was like, why am I singing Ian's version? Why am I singing Ian's version?
Bruno says, I'm a dangerous man with some money in my pocket.
Yeah.
I'm a dangerous dad.
With some pokies in my pocket.
One, he's like, all these pretty girls around me, and they be waking up the rocket. I'm like, yeah, no, I can't be doing that. So it's like Rocket, Team Rocket.
Team Rocket.
So it's interesting too, the process of like, replacing the lyrics. I'm like, Rocket, okay, it has to be Team Rocket.
Yeah.
And then I would just kind of mumble, okay, Team Rocket, me and Ian, dangerous dad with all the pokies in my pocket, keep up.
Yeah.
And then I would just, the way I do it is the syllables.
Right,
so,
you gotta match them
so
up.
Many pretty girls around me. So I do that process,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just come up with lines and make sure it fits the syllables.
Yeah.
I got my little man behind me. Would be acting like Team Rocket. Keep up.
Keep up.
And then shit, I replace with pokey shit.
Right.
Right. So except Mount Killa in the clean version of the song, he says killer. So it's like killer, Mount Killa.
That's
easy.
It writes itself.
Easy. Exactly.
It writes itself.
Like, easy, done. And then pokey shit is like and the song goes, spend my money like money ain't shit. Woo woo.
Money
spend
ain't
my
shit.
money like spend my money like poke shit. Woo woo. There you go. I had to make sure I enunciated the ch. Che. The say che.
And you had chit in the video, so I think you did a cutaway to chit, right? At that time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Chit almost didn't make it because he just didn't send a video.
Oh.
And I was like, Chit, you
please, I need you.
I name dropped you. And I was like, if I don't get to video, I'm gonna have to change the lyrics. And I actually had a harder time changing the lyrics. I'm like, Chit, I need the video now, every day. Chit. And then he sent it. Here's a funny blooper. He's playing the actual music video on the TV screen behind him. And there's a part where an ass pops up. And I was like, okay, I'm either gonna have to key this out, or I'm just gonna have to find a spot. Because I didn't want the music video in the background, but I was like, you know what? It's a little Easter egg.
Yeah.
It's the original video that we're riffing off, and then I just had to find the part that didn't show.
Yeah.
In the back.
And it worked. It worked.
It worked.
Oh man. Hey, hero no villain, Sir Andre here. What's happening? Welcome in. Get you, my man. What's going on? Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. We're just chatting in here with Ian. With Ian. There's a lot of withs.
So it's Ian from Ian with Ian. Yes.
It's Ian
it's
from
like when Adam Levine gets featured on another song. You know, Adam Levine from Maroon 5. It's Ian from Ian with Ian. It's a lot of Ian. I think DPM mentioned that on a live stream. It's like Ian from Ian with Ian and Ian with Ian.
Ian. There's a lot of Ians. They're all with each other.
A lot of Ians.
Let's flip back over to some questions over here. Gonzo said, if you got into a fight with your last pack you opened, would you win?
If I got into a fight with the last pack I opened, which the last pack I opened was a Scarlet and Violet. I want to make sure I understand the question. Like a physical fist fight because of the pack that I opened, or like a pack battle?
I think
fight usually infers fisticuffs.
Fisticuffs? I got some fisticuffs like this.
I can throw down if I rageful, but other than that, I have no technique and all that stuff. So.
Technique?
Yes, OPB. I did just compare myself to Adam Levine.
Same. Sleepy Snorlax 72 said, will Ian ever do like karaoke again? Some of the first few streams I've seen him doing. He used to do karaoke.
So we had exclamation point coin, and that's when members could type in exclamation point coin and then a name of the song, and that would pull up the karaoke version of that song and then sing it on stream. There was a time between January and December and March when I was sick, and we did travel. So our live streams, they dipped. And then if we're doing the gauntlet, we can't do karaoke because I get distracted.
Yeah.
But I did want to bring that back where we do play it I didn't want to do it during the 24-hour live stream because if they claim a song on a live stream, and if that live stream is over 6 hours, I can't remove the song.
Right.
And therefore I cannot monetize that live stream.
That's with the reason. I didn't realize. Okay, good to know that.
So, but if you have a live stream that's under 6 hours and you get claimed, you can go in and try to mute just the song or just remove it. So
Right.
But you still have that option to monetize. But anything over 6 hours, you can't edit it.
I didn't realize that. Good to
So
know.
that's why I was like, So that's why I pulled out the guitar on the
Yeah.
24. I'm like, you can't try to claim me, bitch. You can't claim this because I am the shit.
You should have done that. It's 3 a.m.
Right?
YouTube is gonna remove it anyways. Now you know.
And then now that you can't even watch a live stream, I realized I could have done whatever I wanted.
Yeah.
On that live stream, there's no evidence of it, unless someone clipped it. Or
They would for sure. They would have clipped it. For sure, they would have
they
clipped
would
it.
have. They would have. But again, that 24-hour live stream was an experiment, and I've learned so much from it in terms of YouTube side, the streamer side, and then like analytics side of it. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense. So like the dividing it up into parts, that's if you want to rewatch it, right? And I'm like, who's gonna really rewatch it? You know, unless you call out a certain time, you know. But it's like you're gonna run right through it and then see what happens.
Maybe if like there's like a big thing you wanted to do within that live stream, say, even if you okay, we're gonna open up a vintage pack at some point during this 24-hour live stream, just start recording and just do it as if you are making a pre-recorded video. I mean, you pretty much already set it up just to use it for future, you know, because if it's gone, oh well. Or if you wanted to make it its own video, do it like that too. So an idea.
So what I've learned from that is YouTube doesn't save anything if it's that long.
Right.
So I don't have any footage from the first 12. I recorded the second 12.
Right.
But that's another little tidbit there. Is if you're gonna do it, record all of it.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go straight through.
How big is that file? 12 hours of recording? Well, it records an MP4 though, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah. So it's like maybe 8 gigs.
Okay. Not too bad.
No.
Okay, we got Max Makey in here with a question. Will we see more content like Ian Delgado skits, like Ian versus Bowser? Love the creativity, said Max.
So Ian Delgado, that is my name. Thank you. That's fine. I do have another channel that's years old, right? And on that channel, you'll find the music videos that I made in high school. There was one that we shot in Big Bear when it was snowing. It was really cool. Like, I like doing that stuff. And there's old shorts. So like every Halloween, we do a tradition with me and Ian where we make a video based off the costumes that we get. So we did, that year was Mario, the Super Mario video. And then we did a Ben 10 video, which is just a trailer because I was in the middle of editing it. And then I lost all the footage and I just lost the motivation to continue it.
That could do it. That will do it.
Yep. I was like, it's stuck. I may go back to it, but right now I'm like, we're growing and we're moving on to other things. The Halloween trailer where he's Dracula and I'm a werewolf, that was way back.
He looks little in that video. I remember watching that one.
That's not an Ian with Ian, and that's why I named it Ian with Ian. It's not just Poke Ian, because people were like, "This is not Pokemon. What's this?"
Yeah,
it's Ian with Ian. It's me and my son. But this is what years before the channel started, we made videos.
Right.
And then there was a time when I would do Throwback Thursdays and just upload random videos.
Yeah, and that's where I think I saw it. That's where I saw it.
First video we did was a Doritos commercial for the Super Bowl. And he was a baby in his little walker. I think that's the first video that we're in together. And I think there was a time that we ran out of throwbacks, so I need to go back and find more. But there was a time after the divorce where I just moved to New York.
Oh wow!
It was dark times, mentally, and I was like, fresh start. I got an opportunity to go to New York, do fashion photography, video editing, video graphics. I was like, it sucks, but I need to,
let's get away. Yeah.
I visited Ian as much as I could, 2-3 times a month, flying from New York.
6-hour flight.
I would fly Friday night after work, come back in San Diego, and then fly Sunday night, and then when I would land in New York, go straight to work. That was like 2 or 3 times a month, and that was for a year. And then there was
that's rough.
It was good money too, but I was like, I need my boy. I miss my boy.
Yeah.
But in New York, and you'll see this on the other channel, I made a series called Adventures with Boppy. And in there, I took the theme song from like Wildcrats, I think it was.
Uh-huh.
So I took it, and I think that's a first iteration of where I sung a song. And so I sang the theme song, but I remixed it. So if you have kids or whatever, and you've seen like the Adventures of Wildcat or something like that, I forget what it's called, Wildcrats or something like that, or going on a cool adventures, So I sang it, and that was something that I made. I made like maybe 3 episodes a week, and that was something for little Ian to watch. She's like, "Hey, I love you, son. This is for you."
That's
And all that
cool.
stuff. So there's 2 seasons of it, and it's just me doing adventures out in New York, and then when I would come visit, we do an adventure in San Diego, and so that's really fun, and you can find that on the other channel.
That's cool, man.
So
I
that's so stuff like that. That's my background, do stuff that's different.
Right. I could kind of identify a little bit with being away, just because I was working in a job too that took me away for weeks at a time. I'd come back for the weekend, hop on a flight back to wherever I was going, then come back. So that is very taxing on your mentals, but at the same time, like you said, you had to get away for a little bit too. So
Yeah.
go through the rough period in order to reach some sort of happiness at the end.
Yes, and I just want to mention really briefly, like we see channels, we see like the dark side of channels, like when they whether it's scams or disingenuous people. And there was a moment where that was me. Like honestly, it's like that was me. I was disingenuous. I looked out for me only.
Yeah.
And after having Ian and then going through that dark times and like coming back from it, it's like, okay, I started the channel focused on Ian, spend time with Ian and being a good dad because I was raised without a father.
Yeah.
And
Same.
so I didn't want that to be little Ian's, I was like, okay, divorce. I'm seeing the same patterns in my childhood.
Yeah.
Okay, no, stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it right now. So when I see, when you have a channel and when I have my kid on my channel, it's like we're in front of whoever's going to watch us.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say the world because the world isn't what 3,000 subs. That's not the world, right?
Yeah.
But when you're putting yourself out there, it's like, okay, not only am I setting example for my son, I'm also setting examples for other channels that maybe want to follow in our footsteps. Lots of dads reach out to me and said, hey, I love what you do with your son. I love the connection that you have.
Yeah.
And that's how the channel started, was just to spend time with him and then look at where we are now. And yes, the channel is also kind of a vehicle so that maybe I could get to where I want to
Content
wise, things like that, content wise. But never forgetting, hey, this is something that we started together. Obviously, I do 95% of the work.
Right.
But it's Ian with Ian.
Yeah.
And it's just doing that. So when I see people calling out channels for being disingenuous, it hits me because I'm like, shoot, had I started this channel earlier, when I was in those dark times, things like that, what would have come out from that?
Right.
So, having the channel kind of keeps me in check too, especially doing the live streams. And because I have fun, I'm a little kid inside. I'm a schoolboy on the inside, and I have lots of fun with it. So what you see is what you get. Yes, there's a bit of acting behind it.
Yeah. Because
I'm dramatic. I'm all that stuff.
You have to be a little bit. There has to be some sort of character. You have to play it up. You have to showmanship, play it up a little bit.
But at the same time, it's not the camera turns off. And I'm not like, oh gosh. And it's funny because there's some people that you can tell because they didn't turn off. They didn't cut it for work on your editing, people. They didn't cut the video right when they needed to. And we'll see you on the next or whatever. And they're like, oh. You did not see that when you were editing. You could just cut it out. But when I edit a video, I go, that's a wrap. Woo! And then the video's like, whoo, can we play Fortnite now?
You say, yeah, hold on. Let's clean this up or whatever you got going on there.
Right. Yeah. So like, and now that we've collabed with DPM and all that stuff, it's like, holy cow. We've always had, genuine intentions, pure intentions, but it's like, now we're even higher and people are saying, oh, me and my kid watch you all the time. I was like, I can't be I can't drop, F-bombs or curse words. Not that we really do, but not that I have a desire to do that.
Right.
But it's just like, we have a role now in this community. We're small.
Yeah.
But we've already been on DPM and all that stuff. So it's like we have.
You're a reflection.
We get recognized when we go out.
You're a reflection of a lot more than just you now at this point. I don't know. That's the way I see it. And I think
even if I'm not with Ian, it's like Compórtate.
Don't be acting a fool in public, Ian. You never know who's watching.
Exactly.
Especially when you're going to like all the different events, you know, whether it be, you know, the collecticons, obviously card party coming up, you know, it's not putting up a facade at all. It's just, you know, being aware that, hey, you have a certain reputation, and, you know, you want to make sure that you give people the real you, and you're not, don't be a jerk. You know, if you're a content creator, don't be a jerk to anybody. I don't understand that.
Yeah. And everyone that's recognized us, it's never been an adult. It's always been a little kid.
Yeah.
And that's like the best feeling in the world. Tap on the shoulder. Are you Ian with Ian? I'm like, yeah.
I am.
Well, little Ian's not here, but I'm.
I'm one of the Ians. I'm one of the Ians.
I'm one of them.
Man, that's really cool to hear, and like refreshing to hear like the take on that, because, you know, we see, I think we've seen other channels, you know, father and son, and sometimes things aren't, you know, going they aren't what they seem, you know, they aren't what they seem. I know that probably hits you like on a different level, because like, damn, like I'm over here doing it with my father and son. I don't want to be grouped into anything negative that other family channels are doing, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So
don't discipline your kids on camera.
Yeah.
At least not harshly, because there's some that do. I'm like, yeah, you probably shouldn't be rolling the camera.
Yeah,
right,
like chill on that, you know.
Yeah.
There has to, you guys have to have already some level of discipline prior to the stream goes.
And it's tougher when they're younger.
Yeah.
But at the same time, and that's when you can kind of get the true intention of the channel. It's like, is this the father and son chat, like, you know, parent-child channel?
Yeah.
Or is this the parent using the child to further the channel? I don't know.
Right.
Like, for me, it's like, if Ian's on camera, it's like, okay, buddy, what are we doing? What are we doing? I'll have a direction of the content, obviously, but it's like, if he's not having fun, then I'm not. Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
You know, we want to open packs. We want to have fun making this. And now he's asking, hey, like, he'll sit next to me when we're editing. How did you make the Pikachu do that?
Right.
How'd you make the room do that? You know, so now it's like piquing his interest in that. But both father and son, mother and daughter have to have fun.
Yeah.
You know, let the child lead. They may be doing things that maybe you don't teach them when the camera's off, but everyone else is watching.
Right.
So you got to let the kid do this thing, you know. Let the kid be a kid, especially if you're on camera. You know?
Right.
If they rip up a card, let them rip up a card.
It is what it is.
Good.
It sucks, but it is what it is. I was like, when my son opened the Charizard, I was like, oh my gosh, just be careful with it, please.
Right. Oh, in our first video, you'll see me with Ian. Like, I don't want to give him cards.
Yeah.
The Charizard promo. I'm like, I give it to him.
Yeah.
But I even say in the video, I'm like, it's so hard to give it to a child. But now I'm like, rip it.
Yeah.
Rip it. Yeah. You know.
Smack Daddy, I see you in here. This isn't in the live stream chat, but he had an interesting question that I think goes because he's from Australia. Smack Daddy's from Australia, so I don't think this must not be a thing over there. Ian, he said, Ian, what made you name your younger trainer the same name? Nothing wrong with it at all. Just want to know why. So that's funny that you asked that, Smack, because I mean I know why, but go ahead, Ian.
So I actually didn't want to give him my same name when we knew that we were gonna have a baby.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to have my name.
Yeah.
That's my name.
Yeah.
And I remember picking a bunch of different names, but it was my mom that convinced me to name him Ian, because she told me, I don't care what you name him, I'm gonna call him Iancito, Ian in Spanish. So I'm like, why am I going to give him a different name if we're going to visit grandma and she calls him Iancito? So, you know what? We're just going to name him Ian.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah. It's funny. It's a very traditional thing to do, like in at least Hispanic culture. I'm not sure about any other cultures. I'm sure a lot of other cultures, I'm sure. But my son, my name Joey is his middle name. So I didn't give him like my name to him. I was like, I didn't want to do that either. But I think maybe if my mom or something was like that, maybe he would have pressured me into doing it. I don't know.
Yeah, Ian doesn't have any siblings. We divorced before any more kids could come in. But what was funny is for Ian, the first child, I got the first name, and his mom picked his middle name. And then for the next child, it was going to be she picks the
first name,
and then I get the middle name. That never happened, but I was like,
you got the right one. Yeah. Winner, chicken dinner.
We got him.
Mythical Kate in here asking another question. Who is the dog slash cat bed on Ian's? Wait, who is in the dog slash cat bed on Ian's couch? It doesn't look like whiskey. It's a fake. It's just a little teddy bear.
It's a bear. It's a plushie I got when I had my eye surgery. They're like, here, have a bear. I'm like, oh, thank you.
Lurkin Lowry said, Ian, what gave you the idea for the gauntlet? That's a good question.
Ooh, the gauntlet.
You must have a love for Marvel, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean, right here.
Kate over here stressing.
Kate over here stressing. Right here. I mean, yeah, we got, kind of a love for it. So the way that it started, so when we started live streaming, we had to, you don't have to do, if you live stream, you don't have to do the giveaways. But that's all that I've seen. And I was like, okay, if we start live streaming, how do we get people to watch us? Okay,
right.
What cards are we willing to give away?
Right.
Okay, just duplicates. Now we don't really give just duplicates. We kind of give out some more.
Yeah.
And then that's when I started learning about shipping and how to ship, and then worldwide shipping, because I never limited it to just US.
Right.
I felt that constricted me. Yes, it's a bigger burden on my end, but if your channel is like a show that's available worldwide, why would you want to exclude some viewers, right?
I know. I tell people that international shipping they have to pay, but I never make them pay. I don't know why I say it. I never made them pay. Anyways, keep going.
Yeah. And so the formula that I actually recently discovered about 2 or 3 weeks ago is that you can fit 5 cards plus a top loader plus half of a folded plain 8.5 by 11 paper in a plain envelope with a stamp, and you can send it internationally, and it's an ounce. And an ounce to send internationally is $1.49. So I was like, oh, okay, I can do giveaways, just make them small. And the reason why the gauntlet came out is instead of having a bunch of giveaways that's like less than 5 cards, so then I would have an envelope here, I focused on, okay, how can I make a giveaway that's big and I just have to ship it to one person? That's it. If it's big, so what? $5 shipping, it's a big one, whatever. And the gauntlet came because people were coming out with games.
Right.
There was a time I was like, oh, I want to make a game. So I was like, I want to make a game too. What's fun? So then I was like, okay, what's match 3 what though? 3 what? It's 3 energies, 3 hits. And I was like, oh, 3 reverses. No one gives love to reverses. Everyone hates reverses. Let me show some love to reverses.
Yeah.
And then I got a ETB box. I'm like, okay, what's the pattern? What's the percentage rate? So then I just played around on my desk. I'm like, okay, we have this box, you have cards in it. And then I would just pull out cards, right? And I'm like, okay, it's energy, it's a hit, what is it? And then slowly from that process was like, oh, calculate how many reverses and how many hits go in the box. Everyone makes a line. Everyone goes one at a time, and that way it includes everyone.
Right, engaging the chat. That's a tough thing to do.
It's like creating a line online.
Right. Streamlabs
messes it up every now and then, but for the most part, it works. Whereas instead of a raffle, pick 8 people, and then everyone else is just watching, right?
Right.
So like everyone gets in a queue. So I learned Streamlabs how to make a line in a queue. I was like, okay, pull 3 cards randomly out of the box. They all have to be reverses for you to win. What do you win? It's a growing stack of hits that come out of that same box. So I was like, oh, okay. And then there's like the first stream that has the gauntlet has me going through the thought process of like, oh, what if we did this, did this?
Yeah, like fine tuning it.
Yeah. And then I think that same stream coming up with the game, I'm like, hey, let's run it for reals. Let's see what happens.
That's the best way to figure out a game, though. You got to actually go through it.
Run a game a few times and you'll learn the quirks of it. And I threw in a slab there too. I'm like, you guys will never get it. And then someone won it, and I was like, oh,
shoot. Okay.
Okay. Let me tweak up the game. And then we added the Marvel, but the Marvel stuff didn't really come into play until later. And the reason why I came up with the gauntlet was because in high school I was on the football team. I only stopped after freshman year. Relax. There was something called the gauntlet where, like, it's like a punishment.
Right. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this is a gauntlet because it's a punishment. You're waiting for your turn to come and play this game,
Right.
to see if you get a hit. It's and it's free to enter, and you may get it. If not, and if you don't get it, then you just get back in line, and that's it. And that was nice too. You get more opportunities to get in the game. And then the Marvel stuff came into them. Oh, gauntlet. Okay.
Yeah.
And then now there was a time where it was paid to play.
Right.
$3, you get in line, and that was great because I was making like 300 a night when we would do that.
Yeah.
But then the way I was playing it at that time is you had to pick 3 numbers, and
Right.
then 1 out of 10, and I would put my finger up and down, 1 2 3, okay, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3, based on what your numbers were. And when you paid through Streamlabs or PayPal, people would put in their notes what their number is, and then someone put their numbers in, and like, this is for the pot, let's get that pot or something like that. And then PayPal picked that up, and they're like, hey, this is gambling.
Oh.
They're gonna shut you down. And so they shut down my original PayPal account. I was like, no, this was such a good game, blah blah blah. Like, damn. So then I looked at the legalities of it. Okay, you know what? Yeah.
Kind of.
Okay. Okay, kind of. Yeah. Consideration, you pay to play. Okay. Luck, yes. Okay. Grand prize. Okay, yes. Yeah. Okay. So then the Gauntlet took a step back because I didn't want Ian with the Ian to be the Gauntlet channel. That's just a part of it.
Part of the live stream.
Yeah. So I opened a new PayPal account, did the Gauntlet for free. I was like, you know what? It's for free. You just get our duplicates and whatever hits I have at that time. And this is when we relied a lot on mail.
Right.
So I would mail come in. Awesome. We have Gauntlet fodder.
Stuff for the mail. Stuff for the Gauntlet.
Gauntlet ammo. Right? Gauntlet fodder. And then as we got bigger, so there's a correlation between the time you spend in streams and the time you spend on your content. The more time I spent on streams was the less time I was spending on my own content.
Yeah.
And so at the beginning, I was like, ooh, let me try to win some cards. Let me buy some cards. Let me try to win some cards. And, hit or miss here or there.
Yeah.
But then I'm not focused on my content.
Right.
So, and then now that we're bigger and there's more people coming in and we want to try to show love to everyone. Smack Daddy, I should have been. No, I was a lineman. For some reason, I was a lineman.
Boy, how tall are you, Ian? Over here as a freshman lineman. You must have been a little thick at the time.
Maybe. So now it's like, and I think it should be noticed that if you don't appear in someone's stream or if you're lurking, you don't say anything.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be this thing that, oh, that person doesn't like me, or why don't you come in my stream? You never know who's in your streams.
Yeah.
Unless they say something.
Right.
But it's like, I try to avoid entering giveaways now, because if I enter, then I'm like, shoot, let me stay in case I get called, because no one likes a no-show. I
don't ever enter in the giveaways anymore. I can't. Like you said, there's a point in time like, okay, well, I kind of am, you have that feeling of an obligation to the people within your channel too, to provide them with content, to provide them with something. So it definitely takes away time that you are in other streams, or, like actively engaging in other streams.
Yeah. So now it's like, hey, I can't even edit while lurking because I need the audio.
Right.
So it's and then I'll just watch. I'm like, I gotta edit.
Yeah.
And that takes a lot from the editing as well.
Yeah.
So, but usually, I'll pop in, say hi. Usually what I do is I open up YouTube, go to subscriptions, I see who's live, and then I open up every single live in a tab, and then I pop in Schoolboy salute, pop in Schoolboy, pop in Schoolboy, pop in Schoolboy, and then do one more lap, and then just see who responded really quick. But that takes like a good 20-30 minutes, because you can't really like pop in and then leave.
Yeah.
If you're gonna pop in, at least see who says hi, if the streamer says hi, things like that.
Go back and forth.
Yeah.
Surge. Hey, Surge, what's happening lurking? Speaking of lurkers, actually, I saw a question come up from Surge, so I'm like, hey, Surge is here. He said, I see all the lurkers, and I enter them into the giveaway, LOL, said Surge. On the $5 super chat. Hey, appreciate you, Surge.
Surge has his own Schoolboy salute, so he gets the 5.
Wow, Surge, you special, man. You special.
Yeah, there's different iterations. There's a Schoolboy salute. And then if you only have one hand, there's a one-handed Schoolboy salute. And then Surge gets his 5.
Ooh, 5. Just like Domino's had the 5-5-5 deal back in the day.
That's right. Ooh, that was a good deal.
That was some good times. Some good times. All right. Jonathan says hello. Said, how long will this stream go for, Jonathan? It will go until it ends. But
Yes.
like 2.5 hours. Probably 2.5 hours. But
I forgot what the last question was. The gauntlet.
Yeah, the gauntlet. Yeah. Oh, my bad. We didn't even. We kind of went over. Huh? I was like, we kind of diverged. We diverged to something else. I was like, what was the question?
So the gauntlet came for giving love to reverses, and what's funny is people kind of thought I needed reverses, so they just sent me all their reverses. False. I don't need reverses, because if you think about it, I only give away 3 reverses to the winner that wins. I have plenty of reverses. I need hits. Send me your hits. Don't send me reverses. Everyone send me reverses.
Keep sending the reverses, guys. Don't disregard what he just said. Disregard what he just said.
Yeah, I'm like, unless they're for our master collection, master sets, but no.
He'll specifically ask for those though, and see what you got.
Yeah. So, but then the gauntlet was like a thing, and then it turned into this thing like people are looking forward to the gauntlet. When's the next gauntlet?
Yeah.
I would upload the picture of all the cards people would win, and it's massive stacks.
Yeah.
And so I was like, you know what? Let this be like a TV show, like a game show.
Right.
So then I incorporated the Marvel Pokemon overlays, which took some CPU, took load on the CPU, so I need to still play with that.
Yeah.
We made the trailer for it. I have like a title screen for it. I put the Avengers theme in it, and I tweaked it so it didn't get claimed. and it didn't. So I was like, all right, cool. And so now it's this thing where it's like it's a gauntlet. One person's gonna take the whole prize, and then now it is what it is. There's still some more tweakings. Now energy cards are involved. They weren't previously. Now there is the ability to pay, but you don't have to pay.
Right.
And that kind of gets away from the whole consideration reality stuff. It's free for everyone.
Yeah.
But if you do pay, you're paying for a power up that you can cut the line.
Right.
You can go multiple times. So I'm still playing with that idea.
Yeah.
So that kind of helps financially as well.
Yeah.
So we can throw slabs back in the gauntlet, things like that.
And it's just eventually it all comes back around regardless, of So that's what it is. Make sure you guys support Ian with Ian. Like I said, his link is down below. If you guys are watching this and you're just like, who the hell is this guy with the hat talking? It's Ian with Ian, guys. Make sure you check him out. His channel's linked down below, guys.
Says Ian's really lucky Olympic Peninsula brick is in here right now. Yeah, that and Alex. I was expecting some fisticuffs.
Some fisticuffs with Alex. That's the best.
Always giving me crap in streams on that. This is their punching bag right here.
He said because you got to be PG too. Lady Boss, what's going on, Lady Boss? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being in here. Hero nor villain. I think I said what's up to you guys. If I forget to say what's up to you guys, I apologize. Normally on live streams we do say hi to everybody, but it's a little bit different. We're doing podcasts, playing with the idea, continue to do these live podcasts with you guys, with different content creators in the community. So Ian with Ian is the guest today. Appreciate anybody in here lurking, typing in chat. Mods, appreciate you guys holding me down in chat when me and Ian can't always talk to chat. So we got some questions over here still. I think we're going to just rattle off some of these questions. Tanfan said, when is Laura and I getting our whip emoji? When our Lord. Oh, man. I'll put a whip emoji on there, Tam. I will for you and Laura, because they are the mods in the channel right there. Always whipping the bad folks. Just come in here, hang out, chill.
Oh, by the way, Jay, I owe you 5 gifted members. From fella Chris's ATB battle.
Ian, gifting the 5 memberships, man. He picked a nice time to do it too, as he's being a guest.
I did.
People are gonna think
yesterday, and I was like, nope.
People are gonna think I bullied him into giving memberships. Make sure you watch fella Chris's last video, and that will explain why he gifted 5 memberships. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Of course, I didn't forget. I was like, oh yeah, that I still have to do that. I don't know why every spice challenge I've ever done was against the king of spice. And that's probably my last spice challenge, because doctor says no more.
Oh, yeah? All right, we'll do something else. Definitely going to play with different ideas, because I want to do another, collab video with people. I have learned a lot from that one, the lighting. I got some new lights, got some better audio equipment, played with the camera settings a little bit better, so it's not so the contrast. I hated the contrast on it. It was terrible. But yeah, we're gonna improve and continue to improve. Scatter
Here in Norvillian
Minds.
said,
Oh, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
he forgot to toast me for the Spice Challenge. So here in Norvillian actually nominated me for the Pokey Spice Challenge during the holidays. And my intention was to get me and Ian to go to a Target, buy a product there, and then do the Spice Challenge while we're trying to buy product in a Target. And it's the stars never aligned. And then I got sick, and then the holidays ended. And so I told here in Norvillian, I was like, I don't think I forgot you. I still owe you a Pokey Spice Challenge. And then fella Chris had that Spice Challenge, right? Here in Norvillian, that fills that checkbox.
This is you looking out for Hero or Villain on that one.
Right.
That's hilarious.
Hey, Lady Boss.
Lady Boss saying,
everyone else.
Hey to Ian. Hey, Ian.
You got a gifted membership. Hey.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you, everybody, being in here. Congrats on any of the 5 that got gifted memberships. Yes. Appreciate y'all.
All the ladies, just because my icon is rainbow, that don't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
The wink. Hold on, I gotta go see what's up with Ian. I'm gonna go hang out with him. That's a perfect segue into something else. Scattermind said, "What is the best way to ship internationally and most cost effective?" Says Scatterminds.
Scatter. Appreciate you as well. Internationally, so plain white envelope. Just make that clear that you're going to be shipping in a plain white envelope. There's free giveaways. There is the chance that it could get lost and destroyed, but that's just the game that we all play.
Right.
I know for ribbon shippers, you want your stuff tracked and all that stuff. I'm sure, Jay, you track all your stuff.
Yeah.
But for like free channels like us, like we've never done a ribbon ship. My intention with this channel is never to make money, ever. And it's unfortunate with other channels that you can see that that's the clear intent. When a new channel pops up and they're going straight into ribbon ships, it's like,
it's tough. It's tough.
It's gonna be tough because it's already saturated.
Yeah.
I know Rock Sandy recently made a video, and Pokevault made another video about.
I like both those videos. About
the oversaturation. And
yeah.
I mean, everyone open product. Look at what we got. Look at our hits, and it's like everyone does it. But for shipping, to answer your question, it's plain white envelope, 5 cards, 1 top loader. Get a folded piece of paper to fold it so that if anyone holds it up to the light, they can't really see what it is. They can feel it, but they can't really see what it is. And then get international labels at the post office. My post office has a self-service kiosk, and you can go. You don't have to wait in line. Just go to the kiosk, buy international stamps. They're $1.49 per stamp, and they print out little stickers, and you just stick them on the envelope, and then you write out the address as if it were mailing it to someone in the US. Just get the address from the person and off it goes.
I need to start doing that. I don't even do that on my giveaways. I still just do like as regular, like tracked and everything like that. Yeah. So I gotta start doing that. That will be easier.
Yeah. I used to use ShipStation, and it's a $9 monthly fee, and it just makes it easier for printing stuff. But then I was like, I can do it. Doesn't, for me, self-service kiosk, print out stamps, write them out. I might get labels just so I don't have to keep writing my address over and over and over.
Right.
But return labels, write out the address, get stamps at the post office. It's a hassle to go if it's considered a hassle, but that's the easiest way to ship internationally, and that's for 5 cards.
Yeah.
If you're doing bigger ones, then do a pirate ship.
Pirate ship is good.
Into ShipStation if you do like the free month trial, because they have you fill out the declaration form and all that, and it's super easy. If you do that at the post office, you have to get a form and fill it out. I haven't done that really. That kind of turns me off on the process. But like online stuff does it super easy. It's more expensive online. So, because I know I got to ship Canadian Trainer his Gauntlet winnings, and that's a master set of celebrations, McDonald's celebrations, all the promos, the trick or trade. Like his stack is like this big.
Damn, that's thick.
It's gonna be
nice.
Going to Canada. So that's
just put it in a white envelope, just a big white envelope, a thick white envelope.
Hey, I got everything in celebrations except the Charizard and the Gold Mew. Were those in the same envelope? Because they're lost now. I'm like, oh crap. they may have got lost.
Oh man. I always ask for a plain white envelope when I get my hockey cards, and normal shipping tracking takes longer, said Laura. I didn't know that.
I've noticed that too. I'll send, like, the recent international white envelope was sent to the Netherlands, 5 days they got. I was like, the
Wow.
heck?
Wow.
What? And they're like, thank you so much. And they'll post it on my Discord. Like, look what I got from you with you. I'm like, wait, that was Netherlands. Holy cow.
How did it get there so quickly? Jeez. Gotta get on them white labels. I mean, the white labels, the white envelopes.
White envelopes.
Sleeping Snorlax question said, "What would you say is a conservative amount to be spending on product to still be able to make content regularly without affecting personal finances?" That is, I mean, I'll let Ian tackle that question, but it's definitely going to be different for everybody, you know, based on what they're, you know,
Right.
what they make. But
so, you know, just full transparency, I think we spent like 10K on cards last year, and that's a lot.
Yeah,
that is a lot. And if you were to break that down monthly, that's still over 1K a month.
Yeah.
And so, you know, definitely got to rethink that for this year. But in terms of like conservatives, like, okay, think about when product comes out. The set comes out every 3 to 4 months. I think 2022 was weird because they offset some stuff. But I know the next set for Scarlet and Violet has already been announced.
Paldea evolved, which is crazy already.
So you know, obviously you want to keep up with the times. Keep up with the times and what's new. So if you buy an ETB is now what, $60?
Roughly, depending on where you get it from. Yeah.
Depending on where you get it. So that's $60. That's 10 packs, I think. And then a booster box is 100 something. So if you budget yourself, depending on what you want to do, you can get the more creativity you have, the less you have to spend.
Yeah, I agree.
So don't feel like you have to buy it. If you want to buy the latest set and keep it conservative, buy a collection box, $30.
Yeah,
20 or $30 depending on the box. Buy a collection box, but depending on how creative you are with it and how far you stretch it out, you know,
go a long way.
Shorts, buy a collection box for $20. Do a short, 1 pack per short. That's 4 shorts.
Yeah.
If you want to do long form content of opening a specific product, maybe that's another $20, $30.
Yeah.
If we're staying away from the bigger boys like the ETBs and the booster boxes.
Right.
Stick with the tins and the little boxes.
Right.
You know,
I think
do twice a month.
I think for most of us, especially anybody that's in here right now, like most of us are smaller creators. You might look at Ian or me like, oh, like you guys have thousands of followers, but you know, in the grand scheme of things, it's a smaller channel still. Making the long form content based around openings is probably one of the most oversaturated things you can do, as we've been talking about it. You're better off, if you want to gain subs, you're better off turning some of that into shorts, or if you are making the long form content, make sure you chop it up after and turn that into shorts to get the most out of it, you know, like as Ian was saying, because like the long form content, it's not gonna pop off right away. I'm just gonna be honest.
You gotta be engaging.
Yeah.
There's so many channels. Like I get tons of DMs about editing. Like, hey, watch this video for editing. Watch this video for editing. Yeah. And the editing sucks. And the editing sucks because there is no editing.
Yeah.
Some people turn on the camera. All right, guys, you hear the fumbling around. All right, we're gonna open this. It's like, you gotta cut it out. You know, very, very Full House. Which was another one I sung. I forgot that I sung that one.
I was about to say, I think you did. I think you sung
24K is
that.
not the first one. That's not the first one. I lied.
Serge said, editing is trash. Hey, Kano, what's happening?
So that's why a lot of people prefer the live streams, because there's no editing.
Right.
It's uploaded when you're done, and that's it. But you gotta have a show.
Yeah.
You gotta be a rip and ship. You gotta do giveaways, content, mail-ups, whatever. But with long form content, like the bigger guys, they leave that to other people. They pay other people to edit. So I may be at that point, but I'm very meticulous about my content. Right. Which you really shouldn't be, but I'm not.
It's impossible not to be. It's impossible not to be. You're like, this is garbage, and I'm still gonna put it out though, because.
Right. So like, the editing and all that stuff, but like once you get into a flow, so if you're saying editing is trash, editing is hard, that's because you don't know it yet. That's
Serge.
It's time consuming because don't know how to do it. It's like riding a bike. Riding a bike would be terrible and horrible if you don't know how to do it. Once you know how to ride a bike, you're like, this is easy.
Yeah.
Same thing with editing. Software has so many shortcuts. You know, most people, they take their mouse, they click the blade tool, they go to where they want to edit, and they cut it there. And that already took you a couple more seconds than you need to. There's keyboard shortcuts. So if you really want to get editing down, look into the shortcuts. And you can get yourself like a customizable mouse. So instead of the regular mouse with just two, I have a button here, a button here, here, everywhere. And, you know, some of those buttons is the enter button, a copy paste button, a cut button. And that way with one hand, I can do a lot of the work, and then my left hand stays.
Right.
You know.
And then you could even using your I need to get a bigger Stream Deck, that'll come in handy too at some point.
Oh yeah, this guy. So I got the XL version.
Yeah.
So, I mean, no one has to get
freaking overkill over here. I got a little guy. Look at this little guy. Look at this little guy right here.
So I got the XL.
Yeah.
Right there, it's really nice. But yours, you can put more pages on it, right? On the little guy, or no?
Yeah, I mean, you can put like different files, and you can make different files, and you can make it work. You can make it work.
Yeah, so I got the XL. I'm like, well, because I've never been the person that likes to miss out. Like when it comes to cars, I've never liked when you get like the lower model and they just have a cutout of where the higher model would have an actual feature. I hated that. So what I would do is I would get the base model and then just go to the junkyard or go on eBay and just buy the button or whatever it was. It wouldn't work.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, it's not missing anything.
At least I don't know what I'm missing out on.
Right. And then I got the pedal for the Stream Deck.
Oh, geez.
It's a pedal because what I've always wanted to do is end stream with Schoolboy Salute. And then I hit the pedal and it cuts to black.
Right.
It fades to black instead of, all right, we'll see you in the next one. And then reach.
Yeah.
And then the last thing you see on the stream is. Right. So I got the pedal. I was using it for the 24-hour stream. I'm like,
I make a conscious effort to make sure I'm looking at it when I'm saying bye, and I already have my finger where it needs to be, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
I make fun of PBM sometimes because when he does his sign off, he does the deuces, and then with his other hand, he clicks the sign off. But for some reason, while he's holding the deuces and he's moving the mouse, this finger always wiggles. It always wiggles. It's like, we'll see you. I'm Pokeball the mic. It's been real. Blah blah blah. Deuces, and then he's like looking.
Yeah.
And wiggle.
Low.
It's a little wiggle.
Mike got the magic fingers, man. Don't worry. But yeah, again, we were talking about how much you should be spending on content. You know, it's gonna vary, Sleepy. You know, on person to person, but the key is to make sure that specific item stretches out as far as you can. Milk it. If something is getting good retention, milk it.
And find a schedule. You don't have to upload every week.
Yeah.
You could upload once a month. If that's one collection box, that's 20 a month.
Yeah.
You don't have to upload. So whatever's like, I suck with consistency. I'll upload a Chunkachu video. Whoa. And then it's like, when's the next Chunkachu video? It's like, Lately I've been getting better streaming every Tuesdays and Saturday, except this week because I'm still recovering from the 24-hour live. But Saturdays and Tuesdays is the schedule, and then upload times. We're not consistent with that. It's when a video is ready, it's ready.
Yeah.
And so I think that might hurt. That's hurting us, but it's like I don't want to upload something just to upload, and you don't want to do that either. Don't upload just to upload, because you want people to watch it.
Right.
If you're uploading just to upload and then people don't watch it, and then you're stuck at 13 views, and it's like it demotivates you as well. Because there was a time where I almost stopped the channel. And that was after the Nintendo Switch giveaway, but before the Leonhardt pop-up shop.
Oh, wow.
I was like, you know what? It's not growing. Yes, we're spending time, but he wants to play more video games now.
Right.
I never want this to be a gaming channel, really. You know, it's like we were losing that Pokemon fire. And that's because we did not know there was a community. After the Leonhardt pop-up shop and we started doing the live streams, we found the community. Obviously, I did. Little Ian just sees glimpses of all you guys.
Yeah.
So all the trash talk and all that, he doesn't see all that. If Ian with Ian is on a stream, it's always this guy. There's people that are like, oh, is this little Ian? I'm like, no,
No,
it's
he is. There's no way he's in here.
little Ian.
This is Killer Stream where he is nowhere near the stream.
It's always me. It's always me. So yeah, consistency and just, set aside $20, $30 a month if you're opening product. You could go out there and make, like, this is an idea of mine. Feel free to steal it. But I've always wanted to do like out in a park or something where we have a sign that says, oh, if you like Pokemon, stop by or whatever.
I wanted to do that at Frankenstein's in the parking lot, but I think the security guards would make me leave.
And do something like you could ask people things, and this also goes with your personality. Are you an introvert? Are you an extrovert? Are you an ambivert? What works with your personality? There's a lot of people making videos that are introverts, and it shows. So it's like you gotta put that showmanship in there. What's your content? If you're doing, what's your channel? If you're doing Pokemon product openings, mix it in with something. Do the editing. Music. I always give Jay love for that calypso beat. No one else calls him out for the calypso beat. I love that calypso beat.
Engaging music is always fun, man.
Just something that's like boom, boom, boom.
You gotta work on different aspects of either your stream or your video every single time, and eventually it'll all come together.
And the problem with Pokemon openings, people just go to the end.
Yeah.
They just skim straight to the end.
Yeah.
Because you show the hits at the end. So what was the point of watching the video if we could just skip right to the end, see the hits you got, and then comment, great pulls.
Yeah.
You didn't watch the video. I'm spilling all the beans. Here.
Hey, hold on. I've been holding off on this. I'm 100% switching tracks right now.
When you take into account all the other videos that people want us to watch or that we'd like to watch as well.
Yeah.
It's like, again, we're trying to be efficient as viewers. What videos should get most of our attention? Now, those in the community, I'll watch the video and I'll skim through it, but I won't watch it. Even I do it with DPMs too.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Ricky, make sure you tell him.
Where am I at?
Ricky, tell him what he's doing.
That's what I do in a DPM video. Where am I at? There I am. Put it in a video. I'm just seeding off DPM. That's all.
Ian with Ian as featured in DPM. Hey, Alex, appreciate you membering back up. Hey, and gifting a membership, Alex, appreciate you. I know that was a little while ago, but thank you so much, man. Ricky is here. I see you, Ricky. Who do you use for
like
merch?
I need to change everything.
What happened? You say? Sounds like I need to change everything. Ian's a Pogo Dad. Hey, come in here.
It's tough.
Learn about it
to stand out.
Yeah.
Once you do, editing is not that hard. Like, people praise me for the editing, and like it's not that hard. It really it's not. You just gotta sit there and learn it.
Yeah.
The reason why editing is hard, again, I'll reiterate, is because you're doing something that you don't know. That you don't know.
The editing is not that difficult. It can be very time consuming, especially if you don't have the right vehicle to be editing on,
a good practice, just download one of the recent opening. I think it was a mystery pack from Poketuber. Download that one.
I didn't watch it.
Download the PokeRev one. Any of our recent openings, download them, put them in your editor, and then just kind of mimic your video to ours.
Yeah.
So like, oh, he cut here. Oh, he zoomed in here. Kind of do that just so that you can kind of practice. Feel free to upload it. I don't care. Everyone copies everyone. Feel free to do that, but that way you kind of get a feel for what to take out in your own video.
The pacing of things is
pacing. It's the pacing.
Yeah, it's
and
super
you don't
important.
have to show everything.
Yeah.
If someone calls you out for cheat, rig, you put that in the, so what?
Yeah.
So what? But keep the pacing going. Like, there's times where if you're watching our video, I take out what I take out is ripping. I'll maybe show the rip, but I remove the throwing the wrapper, the card trick, and I go straight to the energy.
Yeah. And
after I say the energy, fast forward.
And then make sure when that's happening, you have to go in with the understanding that, okay, I'm not showing when this pack wrapper is going on. If I'm here silently, It's perfectly fine. Think about, maybe give yourself a second to think about what you're going to say besides just the Pokemon's name. Maybe you're talking about something else besides just the pack you're opening that revolves around something. So make sure what you're saying, make sure you don't start a sentence with something that you're going to cut out. And then it sounds weird.
Oh, damn, I need to start doing that.
The sentence doesn't make sense after that. If I explain that properly.
Yeah, so you're talking about the audio, like when you're saying something, but then in the editing you kind of cut off the audio of what you're saying. Yeah.
Did your audio mess up, or is it on my end? It's like I'm having some crazy reverb now. I don't think
good on mine. Sounds good on mine. I have your stream on mute. I just unmuted it.
Does it sound fine?
Echoey. Yeah, you said I sounded fine. I'm so echoey.
No reverb for us. Audio sounds good. Okay, Dub said. That's weird. I don't know why I'm hearing that then. Okay, as long as you guys are hearing it, okay. Don't mind. Cuz ask, who do you use for merch?
Who you asking?
You.
Oh, me? I don't have merch.
Oh, you just have your own personal one?
I don't have merch. Yeah, the shirt that was made by Sparky Pokefam. It was a gift to us. They made a shirt for me and little Ian, and then Ian shrunk, and then mine's starting to fade. But that's something that we're gonna start looking into, because everyone's like even our sleeves. That's just for giveaways. But people are like, oh, we want those shirts, or we want those sleeves. So it's like,
nice.
That's an opportunity that I'm sitting on. But it's something that's like, if people want it. I know DPM brought this up too, because he didn't want to do mystery bags or sell some stuff, but he was like, well, if people want it, because there's that aspect, like, you don't want to, I don't know if it's selling out, but like monetizing your brand. But if people want it, then I don't see a reason why not to. So we're looking into shirts and other apparel, the sleeves. I don't have a first edition, but we will be receiving our second edition sleeves. So if you got a first edition sleeve, it's not going to look the same. But if people want the sleeves, great. So we're looking into stuff. The only reason why I'm kind of slow on it is because the schoolboy is ripped directly from the Pokemon card. And not a lot of people know it, because originally I had the Pokemon logo on the sleeves, but the printer said, hey, that's trademarked. Yeah. And I had the Pokemon logo. I was like, okay.
Damn.
But the schoolboys are fine? Yeah, they're fine. Oh, okay.
Well, I guess we're using the schoolboy.
So, because the last thing I'd want, like, eventually we have to change our logo, because it's just ripped from the card.
Yeah, I'm going to have to change mine because it has Pokemon cards in it.
So, but I know that there's some channels, like even the bigger guys, have Pokemon in it, but they're probably sanctioned by Pokemon. Yeah. So the last thing I want is Ian with Ian just completely shuts down because we're using copyrighted trademarks.
Right.
So I mean it's I mean, I'm trying to talk around it, but no, they're ripped straight off the card. Yeah. So unless I fly to Japan and meet with the artist, which I need to get more background on him.
Because he's planning to do that, guys.
Hideki Ishikawa. Oh, don't. So before Hawaii, I said, oh, we're never going to go. And then Hawaii happened, and then DPM collabs happened. So before I would say, oh, we would never travel internationally. I'm just not going to say that, because I don't. Who knows?
Who knows? It'll take you anywhere.
But it'd be cool to have a video with the artist of the schoolboy and be like, hey, how can we, if we could keep it, that'd be great. But
can we work a little something out here, sir?
Let's be honest. I've probably given the schoolboy a lot more love than it would have ever gotten. Ever.
Facts.
So, but, they hold the final say. We will come up with cartoonized versions of us at some point doing the salute. Yeah. But with merch, that's why it's kind of like if we sell merch with the schoolboys on it, can we get in deep doo-doo for that?
I don't
know.
I mean, I've only ever used the Streamlabs store, to like make any merch. And I mean, my logo passed, but it could be because the card is so tiny that you can't even really make it out. Right. So I might be able to get away with it. The Pokeballs on there are very tiny. You might be able to get away with it. The stickers I made, I use Sticker App. What do I have on there? I have an Applin, but maybe I guess we should be okay for now, unless the creator of the Applin realizes how much apples I've destroyed on the channel and wants to come after me.
And then you go to the conventions at Collecticon, you see people selling all types of stuff. So who knows, honestly?
Yeah.
Who knows?
All these under the table things, guys.
Right?
Alex on the $2 super chat. Appreciate you, man. Oh, we're going to school with Salute on the super chat. Appreciate you, Alex. Thank you, man. Thank you. Sir Andre, what's your guys' favorite card, vintage or modern? Says Sir Andre. I feel like you would be gravitating more towards modern then, because, well, would you? Because you kind of came back in on modern, and you said
back in. I grew up with base, fossil, jungle, rocket, base at 2, and then jumped off after that.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like the Charizards, Blastoise, Venusaurs, like
The OGs.
base set, the OGs. For me, the Light Arcanine.
We all know that.
Gotta mention that. I did not know about the Light Arcanine until that happened, though. So.
Oh, really?
That's like
Okay.
That's a modern vintage for me. Because I fell off after Johto, and Neo Destiny was that second wave.
Right.
That second generation. So I didn't even know about that card. And then Leonhardt pulled it for me, and I was like, ooh, that's a pretty card. So
Yeah.
it's a modern vintage for me. My favorite Pokemon's Jolteon. I do like the Jolteon that comes in the premium collection box, where it's like up in the air and the lightning strike. And then there's other ones, but really, and then Fusion Strike made me love the Gengar.
How many did you pull again? 2 of them. 2 Gengars, guys.
2 Gengars.
You did give one to Just Josh, didn't you?
Yes.
Dang.
Yes.
Very kind of you.
Giver of all tarts, apparently. Yeah. So if you're providing lodging for me, like Just Josh allowed me to stay in his place. So
yeah.
You know what? I would have had to pay for an Airbnb or
the least I could do.
So least I could do. The same with Chit. I gave him the gold medal Pikachu and the gold medal Charizards that he was missing.
So cool.
He let me stay with him, and then Great Smoky Pokey has yet to provide lodging, but somehow he copped a Moonbryon for me. Wait, I'm missing something in that formula. Hold up, we're gonna have to rewind.
GSP, if you're watching this on the playback, what's happening?
No, GSP, he's given so many things to not just me, but also little Ian. He gifted Ian the Squishmallow, and then for Christmas he got Ian a gift card. So he's just provided a lot of little things, not just to the channel, but to me and Ian. So at that time I had completed Fusion Strike, and I air quote because I'm still missing 7 reverse hollows. But I was like, it was so amazing to master a set, and we took a big dent in Fusion Strike at Hawaii.
Right.
We traded, and it's like, wow.
You went after
instead of chasing, just like we traded, and it's like, okay, what cards do we not care about? What high value cards do we not care about, in the sense that they're in a binder, we don't really see, we forget we have them. So we did trade some stuff from older sets, and we got like the Altart Espeon VMAX from Hawaii.
Yeah.
And it's like, like there's a feeling to pulling it, and then there's a feeling to trading it, and they're 2 completely different feelings. But then when you're chasing, and then that cuts into your finances of chasing, like,
right.
And you could either buy it or you could trade it. And it's like, oh, let's trade it. And there's like this camaraderie when you trade, because you're like, what about this? What, like, you're negotiating with the trader, and then you trade, okay, and then there's a handshake. Every trade has to end with a handshake.
Yeah, back, no trade backs, guys.
Right, back, no trade backs. Well, we did do a trade back in the Hawaii video, because 2 people did a trade back so they could hook me up with the Fusion Strike Mew V alt, which was amazing. But yeah, so having that feeling of Fusion Strike was amazing, and I know GSP was just chasing that Moonbryon, and it's the last card he needed, and he's treated us so well, and we met in Vegas, and so I was like, you know what? Yes, it's a 500 plus card. It didn't cost me that. And that's how I looked at it. I'm like, okay, this is not really costing me anything.
Right.
It was pulled off a Rip and Shipper who doesn't do Rip and Ships anymore. It's mine. Ooh, I got the Moonbryon, but it's like, you know what? Our Evo Skies binder is far from being finished. If this could mean so much better to someone else.
Right.
Hey.
And that's like the give and take within the community too. Like, hey man, like there's other things that people probably don't see, like behind the scenes. Cause I'm sure that wasn't behind the scenes, but I didn't know about that. So that's awesome. But it's just like so much camaraderie and like things within the community that, you know, maybe it seems like, oh, Ian took a loss on that. But the way you look at it is the proper way to look at it. Like, it's not a loss. It's just me showing love to someone that has been, you know, putting on for me and showing love to me for a very long time.
I think like my live stream after that happened, I was talking about the Moonbreon. I was like, oh, it's valued at this much, but really, I just held up a random full art. I'm like, it's just like this.
Blasphemy. Don't tell OPB that. Please don't tell OPB that.
It's just like this full art Arctivish, I think it was. It's like it's shiny cardboard. It's just
Yeah.
the same thing. There you go. So.
Oh man.
And we'll chase after it. The one thing I've learned about conventions is FOMO has left now. It's like if you want a card, go to a convention. You'll see plenty of them. There's just plenty. There's still sealed booster box, base set sealed. Yes, they're expensive, but it's
very expensive.
Okay, if I want to do that, that's available. I don't need to spend that money right now for fear of them not being available later.
Just
they're everywhere.
Hey, maybe you'll get there with your channel. Who knows?
Right. So
yeah.
Cards are plentiful.
A couple more questions, and then we will do some closing on Ian. I think we're getting to that 2.5 hour marker right around there. Ken X said, both Jay and Ian, what have you done to benefit education in your area? Ken X,
actually, that's not true.
I've donated cards to my auntie or my wife's cousin to give to their class.
So I actually volunteer every now and then at Ian's school, and I believe it was after the channel started, but we didn't blow up or anything. Not that we have yet. But it was like, hey Ian, tell your friends, and he's kind of shy. He's like, no, I don't want to tell my friends.
Yeah.
But now he has. Like, oh yeah, we've been to Hawaii. We know Deep Pocket Monster. We have all these cool cards. We have like 20 binders in the kitchen where they shouldn't be. So we got to make little things, but they don't allow Pokemon cards at school. So it's okay, keep it on the DL. But there was a time where they were asking for, it was kind of like career day, but they personally invited parents to come and speak to the class about their career and what they do.
Yeah. And
so I went into a 6th grade class and I was talking about our channel, YouTube. I showed them the Mario, the short film, and was just talking about, but this was before I met the community. I would have talked a lot more if it be now. But in terms of the community itself, probably not like DPM levels or Leon Hart charity levels, things like that.
Right.
Just tight knit. This is the studio. We go to conventions and then the giveaways, really.
Right.
So
yeah.
We're not at some point. Yes.
Maybe we can get there, but you gotta be within your means. We are nowhere near being that level of charity or giving back to a
it's
mass.
Not for lack of thought. It's just something like, oh, we haven't even considered it.
Yeah.
And reached that point.
Heart in here. What's going on, Heart? Is where you roam. Nalina Beauty in here. What's going on? Ivy said, hey guys, just heard about this live video. How's it going? I've just subbed. I appreciate that, Ivy. Thank you so much for subbing to the channel.
Ivy is the one that won the 24-hour live stream Master Set Gauntlet.
Ooh, congrats, Ivy. Congrats.
At the last minute too. I was like, great. And I was delirious and I was like, we can end it now. Congratulations to everyone. I'm gonna go to bed.
You can't. I bet that sleep was very, very nice after the 24-hour stream.
I woke up 5 hours later. I'm like, what the hell?
Dang, that sucks. Never mind. Probably unsatisfying then. Clay Hayes back in here. What's going on, Clay? We're doing a podcast today. And Serge said, can Ian do 5 push-ups? These are the serious questions right here, guys. Can Ian do 5 push-ups?
If I can use the bathroom first, yes. I've been holding it for like half an hour.
Oh, man. What's your favorite card in your personal collection, says Sir Andre? It would probably be, your Light Arcanine?
The Light Arcanine would probably be the most valued card. It's a very pretty card.
Yeah.
Very nice card. And then the Jolteon VMAX for it being my favorite Pokemon.
Alex said, can one of you, the next time you pull a rainbow for the last card, when you slowly move the card up for the cam, can you say ... Alex, I have no idea what you're saying by this question. I'm going to be honest with you. Laura said, when is Ian Ross coming back? When's Ian Ross?
Or another character to come back.
Ian Deadpool Ross.
He'll actually he'll do the skit for reals. And so he doesn't get copyright claimed.
All right. That was the final question in there. I'm going to
Alex says next question. That was the last question, Alex.
I'm going to end that Q&A right there. Ian, so your journey kind of started in Pokemon kind of more recently, as we kind of learned, you said in 2021, right?
Yes.
2021, kind of getting back into it with McDonald's, the McDonald's set that your son happened to get. And you guys kind of started on this journey together, making content together. Let me ask you this before we go. Are you seeing Ian with Ian going in different directions as far as branching away from Pokemon, or would you think of making a separate channel for that?
Ooh, good question. So Ian with Ian, projection wise, we are going to be looking into the actual TCG of it. So that might be further incorporated into it. Our logos are the schoolboys.
Yeah.
There may be a point as Ian grows, just like me, I did fall off.
Yeah.
But again, there wasn't a community backing me, and I didn't have a role in the community to kind of like hold up this Ian with Ian channel. So the Ian with Ian channel should still be Pokemon. And I say that hesitantly because, again, I made it and I named it Ian with Ian so that you don't have to be limited to just Pokemon.
You have the option.
It may branch out into more short films like the Chunkachu, but still have that Pokemon, be Pokemon related in some sense. But it's a short film that has the Chunkachu. 24K Magic, we have our Pokemon cards, right? So I do want to branch out more into those more heavier, bigger production type stuff.
Right.
Now with music videos, I do want to make a separate channel.
Okay.
I'll hear some good stuff that's probably nowhere else. I would want to make a channel because I do have a dream. I have many dreams. That if we can get this bad singing voice to somewhat of a good level, because I can rap really fast. I can do it. I can do
Eminem on the beat.
Burn. I can do Watch the World Burn.
Nice.
And I can do Godzilla.
Ooh.
And actually, before 24K Magic, I wanted to do a Godzilla music video, but instead of Godzilla, it's Mount Killer. Right.
He got to wear the Charizard costume for sure.
Right. But I think if I were to do that and not have it be Pokemon related, I think I'd move it to another channel. And that channel would be E and D, not E and D, the letter E and D.
Oh, okay.
So and then that would stand for evil and delight.
You have given it thought then. You have given it thought.
It would be evil and delight, but it would just be E and D. That way it sounds like you're saying my name, E and D. And it would be purely music. Whether it's be original music, that's tough.
Yeah.
But we'll see. But yeah,
Nice.
if there were to be a different channel, it would be the music stuff. All the movie stuff would be Ian with Ian because I would want little Ian to join me on that journey.
Right.
And if somehow Ian with Ian launches us into the next Detective Pikachu movie where we actually show in that, I don't know.
Ian is replacing Ryan Reynolds in the next Detective Pikachu movie, guys.
I have dreams.
It's good to have those dreams though, because that's going to take you, keep it, propelling your channel into a certain direction, the direction you want it to go. So
that would be the direction of the channel, away from the Pokemon openings, more into the bigger production, inviting all you guys. I was watching Pokebronx and Trail do their collab live stream last night, and I couldn't help the fact, and I told them this, I couldn't help the fact that Pokebronx looked like Dom from Fast and the Furious when he put his shades on, and then Trail kind of gave me those Tego vibes, and I told them too, and I was like, what if we did like a Fast and Furious trailer, but with Poketubers, and did like a Fast and Furious-esque trailer where we're in cars and all that, but it's like, so this is how ideas come to me. They just feed into it. I was like, but do bigger production stuff.
Yeah.
Whether it be trailers for collabs or do stuff, and then content-wise, it would be those shorts. Yeah. It's kind of like, why do we go to movies and all that to escape? So
right.
People are slowly starting to get away from Pokemon openings unless they're vintage sets or high-valued sets. I can't afford that.
Yeah.
So neither. I know Ian likes to open that. So our content is a mix of what the audience wants and then what we want.
Right.
And just keeping that balance. Because if we always give you what you want, but it's not what we want to do, then we will lose
You're
motivation.
gonna lose the motivation and be disingenuous in what
But
you're
if we
doing.
keep doing what we want and not what you want, then no one's going to watch us. So it's
Yeah.
just keeping that balance, being entertaining for both parties.
Right.
So I think that's the direction the channel's going. Those bigger productions, that's my background. That's what I've always wanted to do. Little Ian's along for the ride, and the community, if you're up for it, I'm more than happy to have you along for it too.
I'm hoping you guys are up for it. I'm up for it because I mean Ian has been a very kind individual to me. I appreciate you always reaching out into like any collabs or just shit talking in general, because it's fun to go back and forth, having someone lighthearted with that, and building the relationship, building the friendship with someone, and you're close, man. So we could always go back and do more collabs in the future. Don't get jealous,
driving's
guys.
not a problem. Med City says I have a Prius, and that's true. Though I might be getting rid of it because it's getting old.
Oof. Hey, upgrade the Prius, man. Upgrade it.
Pleb says if I need heavy vocals for the watch, yeah, I don't think I could do it. I think I know my limits. But yeah, once that Sonic Arts starts getting into production, I'm barely changing the first lines of the song. But like once I start doing something, I'm gonna see it through. So we may see. I will tell you the title of it would be "When's It My Turn," instead of "Watch the World Burn."
When's it my turn?
And it
He has given the serious side, guys. I know Ian. He's got the gears spinning in there.
It relate to battling in a TCG, like a Champions or something, and it's about your opponent taking forever to set their stuff up, so you're just sitting there waiting. So it's like, when's it my turn?
Yeah.
I think I said it during the 24-hour live stream too, and it's like a giant Charizard in the city is burning it down, but I'm like, that might be too violent, so we're still toying with some ideas.
That's cool, man. That's very cool. Well, I mean, it's good to see where your channel started. A little bit about yourself. I think at one point we went kind of deeper into away from the channel and like kind of personal stuff. So I appreciate you opening up about that. I'm sure it could be very relatable to anybody, whether you're in the community or not. It could be relatable to anybody in your everyday life. So appreciate you sharing, Ian, and just being a real cool dude coming in here, letting us know where you want the channel to go, answering questions, giving us some tips and tricks as far as editing and what you guys should be looking out for in your videos, how to edit your videos, or how to learn, or where to go to learn to edit the videos as well. So, I mean, I hope it's been helpful to anybody in chat, anybody in here that has a channel, or just enjoys Ian, or just enjoys, giving him some grief sometimes.
Alex, gear spinning is a lot different than common sense. I can't say I have a lot of common sense.
What do you say? Ian really got the gears spinning. Then why he got such a big TV mount above it? Alex is the epitome of giving Ian grief, and I love it. And I will take it. Ian, do you have any final things that you want to say on the podcast?
Thank you for everyone tuning in. So I'm always open to doing collabs. I know there was a time where you couldn't see me without being on a collab.
It's true.
I look forward to the collabs. I have so many ideas. Again, try to get not you guys, but us trying to get away from Pokemon openings and be more involved with the community. So going to TCGs, tournaments, things like that. We didn't really do recording last night because I knew we would lose and didn't really want to advertise that.
Embarrass
but
yourself.
Just getting to know, local TCGs. Like there are stores around us that I didn't know existed until I went on Pokemon's website to look up who has events going on.
Oh, nice.
So now I'm like, oh wow, there's events here, like everywhere. So we're gonna start going to that, learning how to play the actual game now, since there's cash prizes involved. So I'm like, hey, I can't afford a booster box, but if I can play and get good and get third place or above, then that pays for the booster box.
Then you're good after that.
So, and again, to be on stage, and the finishing move is a schoolboy right there, knowing I'm going to win. Put those down. These aren't even great cards to play with either. I'm wasting 2 slots in my deck for these 2 cards there.
But he's still putting it in the deck.
Draw 2, and then if your opponent has odd numbered prizes, you draw 4. So like, it's really not the best. But hey, if I could do it, that'd be great. And then go from there. But ultimately, bigger production. You guys don't have to do bigger productions. You can use your phone. I'm not a big fan of editing on the phone. I know a lot of people do, but if you can do it on your phone, great.
Yeah.
But sit for a few hours, learn your editing software. Once you finish a video, have someone else look at it first. Tell them what you think. have a kid look at it, and if you see them kind of losing attention, take that part out. It's okay.
That's a good way to do it right there.
You know, let a kid watch it, let someone else watch it, and watch them. Don't watch your own video. You've seen it hundreds of times. Watch someone watch your video and see how they react to it. When they start losing interest, it may be a part you love, but if no one's gonna watch it or no one likes it, you gotta take it out. In the movie industry, it's called killing your babies. And I know, Laura, you can't really censor that, but that's what they call it in the movie industry. When you're making a movie and you're editing it, and there's a shot that you put in so much love and effort into it, but if it just doesn't work,
gotta take it out.
Yeah, take it out.
Well, Ian, like I said, appreciate you. Laura's laughing. Appreciate you coming in here, man. Thanks for dropping some knowledge on us, giving us a little bit of insight about yourself, and always being a good individual in the community, guys. So, like I said, I think everybody in here in the chat is sub to Ian with Ian. But if you're ever watching this in the future on replay, you're not sub to the man Ian with Ian, make sure you go ahead in the description down below. Give him a sub, give him a like on his latest video, everything. Make sure you check him out on his next live stream or his next video drop. You can check him out on Fella Chris's channel, his latest video drop, mine as well. He's done collabs with so many other people. Ian, again, thank you so much. Everybody that's been in here, thank you guys so much. I know I appreciate it. I'm sure Ian appreciates it as well.
You got to read Tampam's comment.
She said, thanks, guys. So it'll be 1 second long, just the hit. Tam.
But it's a 1 second of gold, and that's what shorts are for.
It's all good, Tam. Oh, man. I just laughed when it said, Laura, can you edit this out? The B-Pop. Again, guys, thank you. Shrexbox, James, Dizzy, B-Pop, Clan Fan, all my mods, OPB, Laura, Tan Fam, Professor Metri, everybody that dropped by, Mythical Kate, Clay Hayes, Shrexbox, Ivy for subbing, anybody that came through, Serge for donating, all the new members that came by. Courtesy of Ian, courtesy of everybody else that's gifted memberships. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that so much. Cuz in here as well. Thank you so much for being here, cuz. All you guys, it's how we do it, guys. And until next time, my name is Joey. This is Ian. Peace out, guys.
See ya.